I realize you're acting like me. But that's okay. Oh. Hey, everyone. Liz, I should have asked you to bring the Yeti.
I always forget.
I know. I should just
next time.
I think I'm just going to buy another one. Because it would just be easier.
It would be easier.
God, I should just buy one.
We should just buy another one.
We should. I could get a snowball, and when yeah, why not? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
just to make the plot. Yeah, but mute that. Because that's going to be distracting.
All right.
Oh, I gotta plug in. Or else this won't work.
I'll get done our new. Where did I put my phone?
I can announce our new pledges.
Oh, you have them?
And I'm gonna wish happy birthday. It's my own birthday. And yeah, I can do that. After you do Confetti for the Week, I guess. Yes. Yeah. It's weird at night is when I start coughing.
Yeah.
Like after dinner is when it comes.
Like
a little mucus
the whole day.
It's not even mucus.
It's just
dry
cough.
Yeah. Long COVID.
Long COVID.
Long COVID. Gross.
How's Sammy feeling?
She's right. She's just like me. Today.
Yeah, they have like the exact same symptoms every single day.
She goes.
Are you going in there now?
If I speak, can they hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Hi, Tish. She said hi.
She goes. I was like, Sam,
hi, Vic.
my taste is a little bland today. And she goes, my taste is a little bland today.
It's like they're twins.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna lock him up because he's laying on your clothes.
Oh. There are worse things.
Yeah, you go with your brother. Girls only.
It was a good episode, right, guys? Michelle she goes, I needed a lot of explaining because I don't know what's happening. Like, don't worry.
He's wearing a cat lady shirt.
I know. Certified cat lady.
I was like, why are you crawling on the floor? Because you didn't want them to see your butt?
What?
I was like, why are you crawling on the floor? Because you didn't want them to see your butt?
No, I didn't want to climb over this.
I didn't even
I don't know.
You would have got up. You would have.
I don't trust myself with that.
Oh, well, I certainly wouldn't trust myself with that.
Last time I tripped, we were live and Niles broke espresso glasses.
Yeah.
Remember that was fun.
That was our first live episode.
Yeah, it was the first.
Yeah, and he.
And I heard it.
Shattered the.
You know what? You can't really hear it.
I know, but we hear everything.
But then you guys were like, "We'll be right back."
Yeah. Hello. I feel like I'm really loud.
Hello.
I've not used this mic in a long time.
Oh, it's this. This has to go.
That has to go.
It's making a cracking.
Shan, can you speak?
Yes. Hello.
I can hear her.
I hear her.
Hello. Hello.
Low though. She's low.
Try it.
Hello.
That's better.
Good.
Okay.
Raise
Hopefully,
mine.
hopefully that doesn't make it. Right?
Oh,
It doesn't usually, right?
It shouldn't, but if it does,
The
just
phones, for some reason, when we
hold it
have
away.
it near
Yeah.
like my computer doesn't do it. It's only the phones.
Yeah. I had Aunt recording like, you're a total booster from his, and the phone was, I was like, you gotta put your phone over there. He was like holding it like this. I'm like, why is it the phone?
It's the phone. It's something with like
my computer at work does
make
that.
us focus.
Does it? It's weird.
I have to like move it.
It's
very
all
weird.
that great radiation in the world.
Yeah, I'm just breathing it in. Right?
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm good here. I'm gonna turn my phone on silent and throw it. Here, Souls. Actually, we're good here. No. Who's with us tonight?
We have 4 people. Why doesn't it just list it? We have Vic, Tish, Sean. Who's the 4th? Oh, then you.
That's so sad.
It is sad.
That's okay.
Didn't you tell the peeps I was coming?
Yeah.
We did tell the queen.
The peeps know sometimes it's hard to be in the chat and also watch. They'll
Yes.
probably pop in.
And also,
Yeah.
you know, they can watch this tomorrow.
And they can watch it whenever.
Yeah. So.
I have a few questions for the end. Some questions already.
I thought I.
Think about your MVP and shittiest.
I know, I was just thinking about that.
I know my shittiest. Nobody asked, but I know mine. I seriously, I really, I feel like I have no words. This is probably going to be a really bad episode for Michelle. Look at Shann's face.
Really?
No, I'm just.
Oh,
I'm. s-
I think once we
I
go
just-
over it, you're
You
gonna
mean
be
you're
like,
like numb about it?
I just don't know what to think. I can't even be entertaining about it. I don't
Mhm.
even have a second to like process what the fuck I don't even know.
All right,
Diana.
take a couple minutes.
Well,
yeah, and we're gonna explain it so that
does
way
anyone
you
else
can
feel this way?
marinate.
No, this is like. I
No,
think
Mike's here.
Sean put earlier that it feels like we're getting on the roller coaster.
Absolutely.
And so I'm
Vic
strapped
said she's
in,
still trying to process.
And I remember we were talking about like
When your seat is loose on the roller coaster, isn't that the worst?
Oh my
like
god!
it gives a little.
You're like.
You're like, it needs to be secure.
Yeah, it needs to be secure. So
When
that's
you're like bouncing a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
just
Oh
hold-
my
you just
god, I
hold
hate.
open
Why would
tight
you
for
say
dear
that?
life.
That makes me so uncomfortable.
it's so, and I honestly I think I'm over them.
Yeah,
Roller
she said
coasters?
she's over roller coasters.
Too old.
No,
I don't need it. I don't need that anxiety.
you're not too old.
When's the last time you were on a roller coaster?
I think it was Disney World, and maybe it was either
When you went,
Space Mountain.
you guys went with John and Bridget?
Mhm. How about Space Mountain or
That was the last time you were like, I'm done. Space Mountain.
No.
Space Mountain could be a little freaky if you don't like
Because
roller
it's in the
coasters.
dark.
and you're
also-
inside the whole time.
and
you
I,
look like you have a neck brace.
It's my sweatshirt.
No,
You know, it has a fur.
I know. I
It's-
have it too.
it
It's
makes
so
my neck
heavy.
hurt.
I know. I
It has
don't
a fully
wear it.
fur
the other
line.
thing about
Is this
Space
better
Mountain,
or is this worse?
you look like a little Ewok.
Is
Is
this sour?
the ceiling's very low.
It's very low,
and
so
if
you're
you're
like-
tall, it goes.
Oh
like
my
to
god!
mine.
Yeah.
80s,
It's very scary.
and I'm not tall.
I
But,
know.
you know, I'm
You're
average.
like,
I
the
can't
whole
believe you said
time.
that I have a
I
neck
know.
brace. I could
No, but
say-
that's why I
can't
don't
think of
like to
it on
wear
camera
that,
right now.
that sweatshirt.
But you don't know that joke we make in the water ceremony.
Oh yeah, I know that joke.
Yeah, so it made me feel like that. Maybe I
Sorry.
should back up a little bit.
Why? Because you can't really see me. Like, wait, watch my phone
Excuse me.
or watch your
I was
phone with your
watching the
phone.
cast
Actually,
as
Look at
well.
this cozy bee over here.
yeah.
You know.
I love it.
All right, is this bad?
No, that's perfect. Actually,
That's
you're
good.
more in view.
All right.
That's great.
All right. What time is it?
We're over 8.
Oh,
So
let's go.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
go. Let's go, guys.
you let me know and I'll hit record.
I'm ready.
Okay.
You ready, Shan?
Ready.
You just when you speak, just come
Let's
in a
do
little.
it.
Okay, Sean.
And when
Is
you're
this
gonna
okay?
breathe, you know,
You breathe.
Shanna,
I want you
Shanna-
this.
Shanna and Anthony are the mouth breathers.
And
You guys-
Rye.
And right, yes,
Gotta,
you got it.
gotta go back.
back.
But when you come in, you're gonna come speak.
But sometimes I just speak before I know I'm speaking.
Okay, but
That's
if
okay.
you realize you're
If you're gonna
speaking,
breathe, you gotta get back.
Wait, do you really have to edit out my breathing?
no, but we lower Ant's
Wow.
breathing all the time.
There's a lot of things.
It's a lot
that
of
I like
breathing.
Lower
Yeah.
and take out.
All right, let's do it.
Nobody hears it but us.
I know.
Welcome back. We are live tonight with our patrons. Woohoo! And we're also with my sister, Shanna.
Hello.
It's been a while since Shanna's been
I
on.
know,
She
when
came
did-
for the
I know.
finale, actually,
She
of
did.
season 4. Remember, we were like, "We're live. Can you watch the
You let me
chat?"
come for the finale.
We let
You
you.
You let her come.
I believe you were invited.
No, of course.
Yes.
Yes, she came for the finale because when we're live, it's hard for Michelle and I to read our notes and talk and see the chat at the same time. So Shauna is here, but we also love her opinions. And
Yeah.
everyone was so excited because they're like, Shauna's a chair stand, so it must be a chair heavy episode. And I'm like, well, actually,
I didn't
kind of
really.
is.
We did, but we didn't pick that for that.
no,
reason.
it was the first episode of the month that was live, and it just happened to be a really good episode. We're discussing season 5, episode 10, Riding in Town Cars with Boys. Original air date December 5th, 2011. Written by Amanda Lasher, directed by Vince Misiano. Serena and Lily prepare Ivy as Charlie for her first debutante ball to welcome her to New York society. But Max is willing to do anything to prove to everyone that she's a fraud. Serena is jealous of Dan's feelings towards Blair, and Chuck and Blair declare their love for each other. But a shocking event will change their lives forever. That was a really difficult summary. Whoever wrote that, the punctuation was interesting in there.
Oh, it's difficult to get out.
Yeah, like
Oh,
it
I
was
see,
some
I
of it
see.
was
There's
a
no
run
flow.
on. Yeah, no flow. So sorry, I apologize.
You did good.
It was good.
Yes, so tonight we sipped on poison ivy.
Ooh.
Thank you. Because
Ooh,
how
second word.
I was like, did I ever do that? But there was an episode titled Poison Ivy. So I was like, no, it wasn't my drink. It was an episode. I think it was like season 1 or season 2. So what we had, my original idea was mint and basil, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not getting mint and basil. So we made mint tea and made a hot toddy with bourbon and lemon juice. And it came out pretty good.
Very good.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah, so highly recommend if you like hot toddies, maybe make it with some mint and bourbon. Well, bourbon
Vic said
I
it was
feel
a
like
great name.
But
Vic said it was a great name.
oh, thank you so much, Vic.
It is very clever.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean, like poison, like pick your poison.
Yeah.
Also, like Ivy, she kind of stirred the pot tonight. Can't wait to get into that. So my 3 gossip words we had for last week, which was debut for Ivy Chivy, debuting her debutante into society. Crash for obvious reasons, which you sort of predicted last week. And retreat, which you thought was a writer's retreat, but it was actually Camp Allen, which is like this business moguls like of the world retreat that even Chuck was jealous that Nate was getting the opportunity to go to.
And I believe I also thought Blair was going to make her debut into society.
Yes, you did.
Huh.
So it tricked you a little bit.
A little bit, but those were really good.
Thank you. So let's start with the belle of the ball, Chivy. Shanna, how do you feel about the word Chivy?
I'm obsessed with it.
Okay,
It's
good.
wonderful.
I also, before we get into Chivy, and I wanted to ask you this when we were eating dinner, but I said to save it for the podcast. How do you feel about Chivy?
I remember watching it the first time and thinking like, this is a conniving little bitch. And the second time I watched it, I was like, I feel for her. Like, I feel like she wants a family, she wants a relationship, and she like wormed her way in here. And I said before, the lie just spiraled out of control, and there was something else she
and
could
it's
do.
still going.
Yeah.
Right.
So no, I like Chivy. I like the story. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
She feels like us.
Yeah, she feels like us. And I think a lot of viewers who watched it live, who are around our age, had the same opinions. Maybe we're Chuck and Blair stands or whatever. They all kind of didn't like Charlie Chivy in the beginning. But now watching it again, I think you can feel for her. So
As an adult now.
as an adult, yes. So she's cutting up remnants of her old life. No more Chivy Dickens. It's just a Rhodes girl now. And so much so that Lily is throwing her very own coming out party. Let me debut my niece into society. Every one of my kids, I guess, had it. Your mother screwed hers up, but I want you to have one. They play this whole story. I'm like, why do we even need to know this story about like Carol having her friend walk for her and she showed up in naked or something? Did you catch that?
No, we were talking.
She said she came out in just a top hat.
Yeah, something like that.
We
Which
were
I'm like,
talking.
why do we
I'll
need
give you that.
to go over
I
that?
think
It's not
just to
important.
show that
Carol's a
is
screw up.
or just a rebel.
And she's a rebel.
She didn't want to be a part of the society, but the joke's on her because obviously you do if you want the money. So
Right.
Yeah.
Lily also has generously gifted Chivy a day of pampering at the Plaza Spa. And Chivy is like super appreciative of it. She mentions, "Oh, I hope you guys can forgive me about the whole Max stuff, everything that happened last week." And she mentions, "I also got my job back. Nate gave me my job back because Diana is no longer there, so I get to come back. It's a good day to be Charlie Rhodes," as Serena said. So on the way to the plaza, Chivy gets a threatening call from Max asking for more money. And he admits he'll go to basically anyone that will listen to get him, to tell the story. And so Chivy responds, "Well, if my family didn't believe you, nobody else will."
My family. My family.
My family. Oh, that's wholeheartedly, that's my family.
Well, I agree with her and I believe her. The only way, you got to get the real Charlie.
You got to get the real Charlie.
That's the resource he needs to get.
How do you feel about Max as a character? Do you like him? Do you not like him? Do you think that this world corrupted him too soon and he's just...
I think I would be really infuriated if I knew the truth and nobody believed me.
Yeah.
It's
Especially
like,
if you were dating this person for 2 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like being very intimate, like knowing about her father and everything like that. Like they were very close. it's like that mad woman concept. If someone says you're mad, then like the more you're
Oh.
like, I'm not mad, the more mad
Yeah.
you sound. Like, it's like a
Yeah,
crazy.
I've been
So
there.
I would like
Yes.
lose. Yeah, right. I've been there, right. So I would lose my shit if I was him. So he's annoying as a character, as a person watching the show, but
But you get it.
I get it.
Yeah, you get it.
And I also said that even though we like Chivy, I'm rooting for her, I think.
Right? Like I want it to come out, but I also don't want her to get hurt.
But I really want this to blow up
yeah.
real bad. And I want him to kind of succeed in doing it.
Yeah. I don't know if I want him to be the one.
He's got to bring Charlie.
Even though he deserves to be the one, I don't want it to be him.
That's a good way. He does deserve it. I think he deserves a little win.
Yeah, I think so. So he heads to the Spectator to talk to Nate, and Nate's like, I already know who you are. I don't want to hear anything about this. I'm Team Chivy. Please leave. And so he dismisses him. Nate, of course, warns Chivy that Max was there looking for her, looking to tell the story, wanting money, so she should be careful. So later on, Max shows up outside of Chivy's debut, and he tells Nate, I'm going to go to the reporters. And so Nate orders them, okay, don't let Max inside here, basically. And then we have a scene, which we'll get to later, but Max sees a fragile Trip
Mm-hmm.
and makes a deal with the devil. And apparently it's a deal he couldn't refuse because they decide to work together. The details of this plan, not yet known.
Okay, so I didn't miss that.
No.
No.
But I think it is to be assumed that this car crash is set up by them,
Oh.
which I will explain later.
You're gonna get into it later. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get into it later. So Nate heads inside.
The wrong car.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They got into the wrong car. And the driver says to Nate, wait, I thought I was taking you to the Upper East Side.
Oh, chills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Right, guys.
You
so
also
mind
see
blown.
Max's eyes follow
The car.
And you're right. I thought that was strange. And also they
Yes.
zoomed in on the license plate.
No,
Oh,
they
did
zoomed
they?
in on the oil on the ground.
Well, yes, but
Okay.
oh yeah. But then
Yeah.
at night when
Oh,
it took off
oh, sure,
too,
yeah.
we got
Okay.
that like the bumper, and I was like,
Right.
why are we?
So now, as you're putting the pieces together, it will make a little bit more sense. So Nate heads into the party, tells Charlie, the paparazzi are here. I hope they don't find out that Blair is here because they're looking to see if, she's with Louis, she's not wearing her ring. We'll get into that. And this could ruin your party. And Chivy's like, actually, this is kind of enticing. So in order for Max not to blow up her party or to tell her secret or any of that, she decides to text Gossip Girl, hey, Chuck and Blair are here together. Come to the spot. Max calls her, tells Chivy, I got the money, so I'm heading back to Portland, but your secret will eventually come out. You're a fake. You're a total fake. It doesn't matter. You're going to be playing this role for the rest of your life, and it's going to get old really quick.
He did say he got the money.
He says, I got money, and I'm going to Portland.
Did I zone out? What happened?
It's a lot. It's very overwhelming. There's a lot of shit
We
happening.
also had a lot of
We're
commentary.
also talking.
No,
in the
like
chat,
remember you were like, you're so focused, Michelle, and I was really focused on this episode. But so he got money.
He got money. So he got money from Trip. We don't know where he got this money from.
Okay.
So we have a huge car accident with Chuck and Blair.
Everyone's feeling the same way.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone's
Wait,
just catching up now.
Before we move on,
Yeah.
Is he on the island?
Is Max on the island? I'll have to confirm after break. I want to say no.
Okay.
I want to say it would make sense no,
Well,
but you never know. So
I have no idea.
I will confirm and I will not forget.
okay, yeah, no, I won't forget either.
Okay, so this car accident happens between Chuck and Blair. Chivy goes to the hospital because she finds out about it. She feels an immense amount of guilt because obviously who wouldn't? Because she had sent the blast to Gossip Girl. Serena and Nate are blaming Gossip Girl like this is all her fault. And she's the reason that everyone knew that Blair was there. So Rufus comes up to her and says, what's the matter, Chivy? Are you okay?
He says, what's the matter, Chivy?
Yeah, he says, what's the matter, Chivy? And she's like, this is literally all my fault. I'm the one who sent the blast. And I was afraid that Max was going to tell everyone about my story. And he's like, well, he's a total fake. And she's like, well, no, actually, that's me. I'm the total fake. I'm a fraud.
Which is so crazy because I feel like we won't go back to this.
Right. And so she calls Carol, says, I'm leaving. I can't be her any longer, and I'm never coming back.
She's not on that. Oh, we know that. We know that. That has been confirmed. Sorry, it was like my
Yeah,
first reaction.
She's not on the island.
Yeah, we know that.
Okay, so on to Serena. Earlier in the day, she has a talk with Dan, and they finally make up about their movie bullshit crap nobody cares about this season. And Serena tells Dan that even though his book has changed people, she still has these same old dating habits. I'm sorry to laugh.
But
I
it's
mean,
true.
It is true, and she's self-aware, which is great. But it's like, really, writers? We're gonna go there?
Well, again, isn't this, I guess, part of her self-discovery?
I guess, yeah.
Does she have self-discovery?
I think she wants to think she does.
She always says she's gonna have self-discovery
Every
and
season.
then doesn't follow through.
Listen,
This
some
season's
people
gonna
see-
be the time that I figure my life out. This season's
Yeah.
gonna be.
Well,
And I feel like
It's
to
hard.
those out there who listen each week and maybe, I don't mean to be a Serena hater. I really don't.
No, I'm not a Serena.
I just want so much more for this character, and I'm a broken record. So I just apologize if you think
Blake
I'm a broken
Lively
record.
wanted more for this character.
And I'm sure she did. If
Did
I
she
was
say
Blake,
anything?
I would do the same thing.
Well, right, because you're
Yeah.
cast as this main character.
And
then
now
it's
you're
like,
not.
What am I doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and funny enough, Dan says, "Hey, you should go on Gossip Girl and look out your history and maybe where it all went wrong." What? What? This makes no sense
Well,
to me.
it's the only thing that's been documented that she can go back and actually read from the perspective of just
Right.
a nasty
How
point
about
of view.
therapy? How about therapy?
Well, sure. Yeah, I mean, that's a given, but Gossip Girl's just as good,
Gossip Girl
right?
is just as good. She's
Yeah.
written every step Serena has taken since I guess they were freshmen. And so Serena's on the computer and she's looking up all of these posts of Gossip Girl and her and Dan and whoever it was. And Rufus comes in. And they talk about Serena and Dan's relationship and how Serena never got it right before Dan and she never got it right after Dan. And Rufus says, yeah, but isn't it so great you guys have such a wonderful friendship? And now at this point, mind you, Rufus is really pushing for Dan to go be with Blair. This is a whole nother entity. When we talk about Dan, we're going to talk about it because I need to get it out. But selfishly, he says, you guys are good friends. And at that point, you see Serena's wheels are turning. She's like, I think I still maybe feel something for Dan, or maybe I like the idea because I was a good version of myself when I was with him.
It's the idea.
It's the idea.
We can't do this again. We
God,
we
I know.
can't, right? Can we?
I'm not
phys-
touching that, but just
I
so you know,
physically
they
can't.
confirm that Max is on the island.
Oh my God. You guys did? Thank you.
Yes.
What? But guys, I'm actually shocked.
You didn't think so?
I did not think so. I mean, I'm glad because annoying character, but why? But next,
Why do characters come in and blow shit up and then they leave?
I hate that.
I'm like,
that.
what the fuck? Like Vanessa, they finally give her something. Sorry to go there.
I know.
They finally give her
You're
something.
really bringing that up on my episode.
I am. You know I am. And she blows up and it's like, no, she's on the island.
She's not on the island.
Whoa.
That's true. She's absolutely not on the island.
Technically.
Don't we not see her until the finale?
Until the finale. Yeah, I told Michelle.
And what
that.
is it? Is it like a montage of future and we get like a
No, I'm literally.
video of her with
No, I'm
talk?
not even gonna go there. Actually,
We're not touching
I don't want to touch it. Okay, so
Oh boy.
Serena's been having these feelings now for Dan, and at that moment, a blast comes in that Blair actually headed to Brooklyn to stay with Dan, and they're thinking something's happening there, and Serena's obviously disappointed, and then Rufus goes, "Good for him."
Why is Rufus dad of the year in this episode?
Ugh, Rufus.
Is he though?
He's
He
trying to-
didn't give out good advice.
I know,
I'm being sarcastic with
Right.
that.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to parent.
He's parenting, and it's almost like the advice is not with character. Like this is not how Serena should be. This is not how Dan should be. You shouldn't be
Right.
pushing this on
Right.
someone. Anyway, so Serena decides to take it upon herself to call Dan to tell him you shouldn't get yourself involved in this love square basically at this point
Yeah.
because there's Louis and the baby, and then the Chuck of it all is there's Chuck too. Like you're not even first choice, dude. You're not even second choice.
You're not.
You're not even the ending
No,
choice. You're
no.
the last bizarro choice.
Yeah.
And so she gets so angry when Dan doesn't take her advice. So she decides, I'm gonna help Louis at least get back with Blair. So she tells Louis, I want what Blair wants best. You're good for her, which I'm like, does she actually believe this? No, she just doesn't want Dan to win.
Yeah, but also, I think it's so hard because she's obviously doing this because she's pissed at Pat.
She's pissed. She's jealous.
She's jealous. But maybe they should give it a fair chance too. Louis and her should talk.
Absolutely.
He hasn't been in contact
Absolutely.
with her for they said how many weeks?
I think it's only been like
It's been a couple
she's
maybe 2
2
weeks. 2 weeks, yeah.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal when you're in a relationship and
Yeah,
you
and
are
pregnant.
with child. Exactly. It's a big deal.
And engaged.
And engaged. So
And royal.
it's not
And
good
royal.
that you're not talking for 2 weeks.
Right.
All right, so Ed Pageant, we find out that morning that he's getting a second printing of Inside. An afterword. Afterword? Is that what they call
Yeah.
it? Yeah. And now he has to write it. How do you feel about this Dan book stuff? Because I'm so over it.
You're over the book or over Dan
just
agonizing
over-
over the book?
I'm over Dan being whiny about the book.
He was whiny, then he gets a book deal. Then he's whiny and ungrateful and doesn't want to go on tour.
Exactly.
And now because he was like a Twitter troll and got love, now he's like getting it again, which he should be happy for, but he's actually not happy about it.
It's giving me a bad taste in my mouth about Dan, who was in the beginning of
He was
this
really
season
cruising, right?
doing well. But
Yeah.
yet last season, this season doing well. I'm not liking this storyline with him. I think the book thing is interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't care for his actions towards everything that has happened.
I completely agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're all in agreement.
We're all.
Do you want me to
same
argue
line.
with you for a good show?
Yeah. Right.
Devil's advocate?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he has this talk apology with his stepsister, and she basically tells him your art matters, right? Because,
Yeah.
like, your book changed Chuck and Nate and maybe a little bit of me. And he's like, yeah, well, everyone pretty much except for myself. Okay. And then Rufus comes in and he's like, Dan, you need to find yourself. Maybe give it one last shot with Blair. Really, Rufus?
He says even if
Really?
Blair doesn't feel the same way, you
Just
should
still
still
tell her.
go and tell her so you can move on.
No, that's a stalker.
wrong. That is wrong.
I do not agree. Can you how's the chat feel
How's
about
the
this?
chat feel about this? Because I didn't. The first time I watched it,
Nothing yet.
I watched it like so quickly, didn't absorb that, and then the more I watched it, I'm like, really, Rufus? That's
So,
so,
like,
disrespectful.
If my ex or a person I liked was involved in this, and I'm like, you know what? I need to tell them how I feel. about me.
Exactly.
It's the Michelle show, and I need to get it
I
out.
can't move on until I tell you exactly.
I know. I think that's absolutely
You ruin
ridiculous.
your life.
And regardless that the tabloids are saying, oh, there could be trouble in paradise, you have no confirmation that there is officially a breakup. So you're just making your son get heartbroken to go to somewhere to tell the girl that he loves her, even though she's engaged with child and also loves someone else.
Do you really heal from that? Like telling someone, hey, I actually have feelings for you and I'm in love with you, but I just needed to get it out. Does that work? I feel like that would just
I mean, I can't speak from experience.
Right. I mean, I think
But-
kind of
I don't think so.
I think if anything, the heartbreak of it all
would heal, right?
yes, and would make for good content in a book.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I see, yes.
That's the only thing, but like that's not what Rufus was thinking about.
No, he
you know?
wasn't.
So
No.
didn't like that.
No.
I'm curious to see what
Sean
Pete
said Rufus doesn't care that Blair is engaged and he's bored.
Well, that's
True.
very bored because
He
Rufus
needs a hobby.
He goes from room to room
He
giving
does.
unsolicited
Here's my
advice.
apple.
Right.
Hold my apple.
Just gonna
Here's
Yeah.
my kid over there.
I
Oh, my
was
kid over
given
there.
this just so I have something to do with my hands. Put your hand in your pocket.
Yeah, it wasn't a good look for Rufus, and I'm not really happy about it because I feel like it's out of character because Rufus is usually a sound mind anyway. So
Yeah.
Anyway.
This reminds me of Rachel telling Ross, LOL.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, that was bad too. That was really bad, guys. Anyway. So during the day, Dan helps Blair out. Ultimately, he gets Chuck and Blair back together. Out of the goodness of his heart, he let his feelings aside go. And we'll get to some Chuck and Blair scenes later, but Chuck and Blair do reunite. Dan is clearly upset because who wouldn't be? You apparently, and now admittedly, love this girl. And you're, as we said, like not even third choice. Like you're not even a
I
choice.
think Nate would even come.
Nate would
before him.
probably come before
I
him.
think it would be like
Yeah,
Louis,
and
Chuck, Nate, then Dan.
Maybe Rufus.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Dan would be literally
Anyone
at the
else
bottom
that
of the
Blair
totem
dated?
pole.
I can't remember.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not good for Padge, but he did do the right thing and he helped two people who love each other come back together. And so he sits at the bar and he's drinking, and Serena realizes how upset Dan is, and she's upset because, like, ow, he's upset because he loves her. And how do I, how do you get over feelings for a person? And he says it to her, and she's like, honestly, I don't know because I'm feeling something here too.
She's not.
But she's not.
She's not.
Oh, it's so hard.
She's wrapped up in how it used to be, and that's
I
it.
think she's also lonely.
She
Yeah.
is.
Like, oh, I was in a relationship and then I liked Max, but he didn't turn out that great. And now it's like, oh, you're just gonna go back to Dan
Yeah.
because he's like comfort.
She wouldn't be happy.
And they've been separated for so long. And
Yeah.
every single season we still go back to this. And he doesn't want you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Serena. I love you. I'm sorry. He doesn't want you. He
No.
clearly wants Blair. And whether or not that's gonna work out, he still tried to do the right thing and put his feelings aside. And so when Serena sees that, she's upset and she's like, well, you are one of the good guys, Dan. Like, you'll be okay. We'll all be okay. Okay. Blair in her day, she can't put her ring on anymore because her fingers are too swollen, like
Aw.
kielbasa's, as Dorota says.
Yes.
And the tabloids are going crazy for this because they believe, though, this is trouble in paradise, which it actually is trouble in paradise. And so Dorota tells her, you need to tell Louis that you're going to be with him forever and you're going to love him because he's the father of your child. And Blair says, I can't really do that. And Dorota's like, oh, is this because of Mr. Chuck? And Blair's like, no, Chuck is not the option, even though we know. How would you feel if your ex, who you had these really bad, like, obviously a bad history with, but then you see them changing into a good person, you're like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on now. What,
Right.
You would be curious.
Of course you would be. You were waiting for that person to turn into the person you wanted. And it's like you
Yes.
do it on your time. You didn't do it on my time when we were
Yeah.
together.
When you see them treat other people better,
Yes.
you know,
you're
like
yes.
time and time again. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
Mhm.
Especially if you haven't healed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she clearly hasn't. Chuck is trying to heal.
Right.
And he's trying to better himself. And in the process, it's great. He's becoming this good person. But Blair's like, well, God, man, I wish
Right.
you could have been that
You were
for
supposed
me.
to do that for me.
Right. And I'm not happy in my relationship. And the only reason I am with this person is because I'm holding his child in my stomach.
Yeah.
So she's super torn, as we know. She has a run in with a paparazzi at her own home, so she's not even safe there. She gets a phone call from Dan because he's about to profess his love to her, and he invites her over. She goes there. She stays with him. And within minutes, she's having this pro-cons list of Louis versus Chuck. And the only thing pro, really, of Louis is he's the father of my child. Like, we know this. It's the only reason that she's with him is because of that. And we do have a scene earlier where Chuck talks to Nate and was like, she's not going to leave him. This is the father of her child. Like, she wouldn't do that. So you see Chuck, he already knows she's not going to leave him. And Blair's saying, I can't leave him. He's the father of my child. So when she finally figures out she needs to call Chuck, even though Dan was kind of actually saying, I would be okay with this.
It wouldn't bother me.
It wouldn't bother me. But she takes that as, it probably wouldn't bother Chuck either. I have to find out. So she calls him. This scene is like, oh, hello, Blair. Like,
Let's both look out the window.
we're both out the windows. And she says, I'm literally paralyzed in fear, which I totally felt because I
Yeah.
can't imagine being in this
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Also, we've all been paralyzed.
We've all been paralyzed in fear at one point in our lives.
Sure.
Like, what do I do? This is a drastic decision I have to make.
Yeah.
And so she finally flat out says, could you love another man's baby? And he doesn't really answer the question. He tiptoes around it and says, I can't imagine it wouldn't be a good situation to marry. the father of your child.
I think it was a good answer to give at the time.
He thinks that was the right answer.
And I think that was very
And I
mature.
think
I
he
do.
wholeheartedly believed that that's what she needed
To hear.
to hear. And she didn't like that answer. And she doesn't even say anything back and she hangs up the phone. So Dan gets back from bringing them food and immediately he's like, how did it go? And she's like, well, actually, I guess Chuck can't accept this baby in my life. And she pretty much just like, so sweet, like breaks down and like falls into Dan's arms and they're hugging and she doesn't know what the hell to do, obviously. I mean, who would at this point? So Dan has this idea and he's like, I know how to make you happy. And now at this point, were you like, oh shit, is he gonna confess his love?
No, I did not think that. I think once we got to the room, I'm like, oh, maybe he's just gonna put on a movie just for them to hang out.
Right,
like they used
get the
for
mind
bond.
off of things.
But I didn't think he was actually going to confess because I don't know.
Oh, you didn't think he was going to confess?
No, my parent heart was not bursting in this episode. He bothered me too much.
Mm. Why did he bother you?
I didn't like. Well, first off, I don't like how he's so whiny about the book situation, and
Yeah, I don't like that.
and the fact, and I don't know what to write, and it's just like you are just. I can't deal with you, and the Blair thing. I just didn't agree with telling her how you felt when you're seeing her in that state of.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't the time.
It wasn't the time. I appreciate him being a really good friend. But there was that moment with him looking at her, and I'm like, oh, he loves her, which I did yell out
Yeah, she
loud.
did.
Yeah.
He
And I
loves
said,
her.
he looks at Blair like Vanessa looked at him,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know? So I was happy that he did a friend thing. Like, he put his feelings aside, and he was a good friend that we know he can be for Blair.
Yes. Agreed. Before this scene, I just want to put in some more Chuck stuff. So he has
Did you sigh?
No.
But one of the best scenes in the episode is when Lily comes and she
Yeah.
says, "Thank you so much, Lily, for letting me use your suite." And they talk about how it must be so hard on Chuck that Blair's wedding's approaching. And she's like, you know what? You really don't scare me as much as you try to put on this front that you're this bad, loving person. I love you. I love you unconditionally. And even though you're not my blood, it doesn't matter because when you're a parent, that's just how it goes. And she goes, I hope one day you'll love someone like I love you.
It's so sweet.
It is
Such
so
a cute
sweet.
moment.
Lily and Chuck, best relationship on the show.
Best. The most genuine.
Yeah. Blair and Padge, best friendship. on
Love,
the
best
show.
friendship. Yeah.
Yeah, when they're
Hands down.
friends.
Those are my
When
hot
they're, yeah,
takes.
when they're friends and we're not
Yeah.
trying to push this.
But even still, right. As a friendship, those two, and then Lily and Chuck.
Yeah. So I guess this conversation of the unconditional love made Chuck reconsider.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I should do this. I do love Blair and I love her unconditionally, so let me go and try and fight for this. Then,
Sorry, do you want to hear the
Yeah.
ship name for Chuck and Lily?
yeah, sure.
Luck.
Chili?
Luck?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's kind of cute.
But it's really Charles, though.
Charles.
So,
Laurels.
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 or chili.
Chili.
Oh,
Chili's
chili's
cute.
nice.
Chili's nice.
Chili's nice.
Chili's cute.
So Dan sets up this room, all lit with candles. Everyone in the chat was very concerned. They're like, "How did the candles get here? Did he know? Did he call? Make it ahead?"
The logistics are way.
I thought it was just a side room in the place. Like, I don't think it was that weird.
Where'd he get the candles?
I think maybe the place had them set up. They
Maybe
were
it was
at like a hotel.
Maybe it's
Was
just
it
a
a hotel?
room that like
Yeah.
people eventually would go into.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh.
Like,
It was a part of the party.
It was at Chivy's
Yeah.
debutante. So
Is it really a debutante?
no,
It's
it was
like
like
a
her just
debut.
standing up there.
Like,
Like,
when you think of
here
like
I
a
am.
debutante, we've
Well,
seen it.
yeah, I guess it's a debut. It's a debut. I don't think they actually ever said debutante. I think that's just me adding that in there.
well, debut.
debut.
A debut. I mean,
Debutante.
that's
Yeah.
it is.
A deb.
A
Those are
deb.
white
A
names.
Deb, yes.
Yeah. Okay, in this scene, it is so Cher. It is so
Ugh.
obviously Cher. And Chuck's like, Dan set this up for us because I need to tell you don't be with him, be with me. I love you. I'll love your baby. Saying all the things Blair's always wanted him to say. And so she's finally ready to tell Louis, all right, it's off. But at that point, we already know Chivy has sent the Gossip Girl blast, so the tabloid, the paparazzi, and Gossip Girl people are all gonna be taking pictures of her. So she needs to get out of there.
Before you continue,
Yeah.
at this moment, Shan, was your heart bursting in the past and tonight for this chair scene of the reunion?
I know that you guys like dragged the scene of him crying with Monkey the dog. Like,
Oh, I
Earlier-
drugged
I hate that.
I got a little teary up. But tonight I was not bursting. Obviously, I still love them, but they're so cringy. It's so cringy.
Even in tonight, like
even tonight.
him saying
You know
all
what
the
it
good
is?
things.
It's just Chuck is so cringy.
Yeah,
like,
he is.
His Chuck and
His walk. I can't. Yeah, his great
Yeah.
posture. We did.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about his posture.
We can get
But-
into that later because we do have people who want to ask Shanna lots
About-
of chair
Oh,
questions.
okay,
okay,
I'm
wait,
sorry.
wait,
I
sure.
didn't mean to jump. I just wanted to know how she felt
Oh, yeah,
in the
same.
moment. You know.
But I still appreciate him being mature and saying all the right things and you know,
Yeah.
finally being an adult.
Yeah.
I agree with all that.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
So Blair has to leave, and Chuck's like, I'll come with you, and kisses her hand. Whatever. So they head out. Nate says, I have a car here. I'll walk out with you guys. And Charlie sees them leave, and she's like, oh shit, they're leaving, so I'm kind of stuck with this. And so Chuck and Blair get into one car that has been leaking oil, and Nate gets into the other car. And during this scene, we have the car rides. Chuck and Blair are professing their love again for each other, how they're going to set it up, how they're going to tell Louis, and Nate's following behind them. And the paparazzi show up. They're all on motorcycles, flashing cameras, taking pictures, and it's crazy. The motorcycles are going all crazy. Yeah, you have a question?
But the paparazzis were meant for Chuck and Blair, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they knew they were in the car.
So they followed the car.
So they followed that car.
Right, but Nate got into the wrong car.
They switched cars. Yes. So
Do you know what I mean? Like,
hmm
I think
I know what you're asking.
yes. So I think they will explain it more in next week's episode, but you're to assume that because the car was already leaking oil,
right.
there's faulty business with the car itself,
That's
and the
not what she
paparazzi
said.
didn't actually cause
Right.
the
No,
accident.
but that she's thinking, what was the paparazzi meant to follow me?
No, I
Right.
think they were just meant to follow Chuck and Blair.
Yeah.
But they're the ones who actually caused the accident.
Not really, because the car was faulty.
Right. Okay. I thought it was like a mixture
Yeah.
of things. The
I'm
paparazzi
sure it was
It very well is
yeah.
a mixture.
and the
Yeah.
car was faulty, therefore we didn't have proper brakes and everything. Kind of-
Right. Like yes, exactly. Like
Windy
the-
Road, Dark Night.
Right.
So
Yeah,
Tripp
right.
was gonna off his cousin
Well, I mean, that's what we're to assume, right? It's fucked.
because of some is because he didn't
Because
get to go to the
His
camp.
grandfather loves him more.
Because he didn't get to go to the retreat.
Did
What
you
a
do a
fucking
deep dive? Is
crybaby.
this camp a real thing?
Camp Allen. I didn't look it
No,
up.
you didn't do
Is it a
deep
real
dive?
thing, guys?
You know, if this was Office Ladies.
All right, it's not Office
you
Ladies,
would-
okay? Don't ever
Shan.
compare us to Office
Know
Ladies.
your place. Thank you very much.
You
We
had
were,
an
we were
assistant.
around a lot longer before Office Ladies, okay?
We sure were. We operate.
We love you, Jenna and Angela.
No, we do absolutely queens, absolute queens.
Yeah, they are. So Nate watches this whole thing happen, and Nate is on the phone saying, "Hey, grandfather, I'm running a little bit late. I'm going to, I guess they said Westchester Airport. There is no Westchester Airport, right? Is it just me? There's no Westchester
can't
Airport.
Well, there probably is maybe a small airport.
very small,
and his
like,
flight's in
private jet.
Oh, Westchester
45
Airport?
minutes.
Absolutely not. Westchester, no.
Well, what? No, what, there's like a
Was
small.
so small.
Oh,
maybe.
private plane.
Yeah,
maybe.
private
Maybe
plane.
But
private
like your
plane.
flight's in 45 minutes.
And you're at Central Park, we're
We're doing
assuming.
something. That's never gonna happen. That was never gonna happen.
Okay.
Okay, whatever, logistics. But the driver's like, oh wait, I thought I was taking to the Upper East Side. So then you realize, oh shit, he's on the wrong
Oh,
car.
there's a small Westchester Airport.
I didn't even
Oh,
realize
just-
that. I was just like,
I know.
oh, weird.
Well, I don't think I realized that the first time watching either. And then the more you watch it, I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense. They switched cars.
yeah.
So this Chuck and Blair's car smashes into the wall. Nate assumes it was because the paparazzi I mean, that's what it looked like,
it
right?
does. Yeah.
And so they're brought into the hospital. both in very bad shape. Nate's obviously upset. He watched the whole thing happen. All the family arrives. Lily calls Eleanor and what's his name? Harold. And they're going to come in with their significant others. And so then Serena has a talk in the waiting room with Nate and Dan about how Gossip Girl has caused this. And it's their mission. She wants to make it her mission to finish what Diana started and take down Gossip Girl once and for all.
And Nate's like, yeah, let's use spectator.
Let's use the spectator. The spectator.
Spectator.
We have a part where Lily finds out from the doctors that Blair seems to be doing okay. She's stable, but Chuck, it's not looking good. It's not looking. She's obvious. I mean, this is her son. She's devastated.
Yeah.
And like her tears, like she did make me tear up the first time I watched it because when any good actress cries, you feel it. You know.
True.
Oh, she's great. Yeah.
And to sum this whole thing up, our last scene, which I was most excited for Michelle to see because we haven't seen Diana in a week or two. And we pan over to Diana in a car. We get a call from Jack saying, I wouldn't risk this unless I needed to, but there's been an accident and I need you to come right away. So she says, I'll get on a plane. You'll meet us. And he says, yes.
Who the fuck is us?
And he says, thank you. And she says, it's not me you'll need to thank.
Dun, dun, dun.
I have so many questions about this first of all.
You have so many questions. You're leading the show here. I have so many questions. I am a lost.
I know, it's so great.
I'm like, is this Chuck's aunt? Is this the sister, his mom, or whoever? Which I know we talked about this, and I don't know why I can't
let it go.
Chuck's mom was Chuck's mom, right?
That lady was not Chuck's mom.
It was not Chuck's mom.
What,
Rose? No.
No,
you're right. You're right.
Rose.
She's around right. That lady, the lady that came
With the check.
No, I know. Her name escapes me.
Yeah, it was something
Evelyn?
like that.
It's Evelyn. No, it's Ellen. No.
It was Evelyn. It was Evelyn.
No, is it Evelyn?
You just said it was Rose. So it's any name I'm
Yeah,
saying.
why are you believing everything she said? Someone in the chat, Evelyn, thank you. We could just look down and so we all argue. You said Rose. I'm like, that's not it.
I'm like, yes.
You're like Rosalind. What Rosalind?
Tammy. Her name was Tammy.
Elizabeth. Was it Elizabeth?
Elizabeth.
Oh.
Wait, what?
It was Evelyn, guys.
I think it was
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. You have to say it in Chuck voice. Evelyn. Elizabeth.
I can never do it, Chuck.
All right, I'll let you guys work it out.
Whatever it was,
Totally.
she was not his real mom.
She's not his real mom.
Elizabeth Fisher.
Elizabeth Fisher.
Thank
you.
That sounds right.
So that's not his real
No, they
mom.
left it ambiguous.
They did.
Yes.
They did, but
That's how they left it.
Because she tells him she's not, but then it could.
No, but it looked like it could be because she was just like, I can't get involved. I've done too much hurt.
Right, you're right. So I can't confirm that she is not his
hate
mother.
this shit.
I know.
We just need clear
There's
facts.
no clarity there.
So who's us? Who's next to her in the car?
Oh, right. I guess someone could have been next to
Oh,
her.
no one clocks that, so
No.
I'm wrong. Both your faces are like,
That would have been so great if we'd just got a shoe.
yes,
Or
or
no,
a hand.
No, it'd be great if we went hand and like.
No, I would take just a shoe or leg at that moment.
because then we can
Because
make
then we can
is
get
it
it. It's
right
female, whatever.
or whatever.
Oh, it's
Okay.
both Elizabeth and Evelyn. She went by both.
Oh my God, I
so
can't believe I
that's-
remembered
I'm
Evelyn.
so proud.
But I remembered. I remembered
remembered
Elizabeth.
Evelyn more.
What's the chat saying? Do they think it's the mom or not the mom?
Wait.
Because
yeah,
Right.
Aunt.
Okay.
so
we
it
said
is.
aunt.
Aunt? Aunt.
A-U-N-T, not A.
Oh, I was like, I don't think
So
Aunt
they
has
think-
anything about this.
They think Diana
Or
is
mom.
Aunt or mom. Okay.
Yes,
so
and I
both
even
of
said
you.
that. I was like, it could be mom. But again, what does grandfather have to do with her getting in the job? How did she know Jane? Why is she
knows
sleeping with Nate?
everyone.
Oh, this.
I know.
Mhm.
I'm also extremely curious because I know one thing that happens with
So-
her, but I don't know how everything else comes. With
I'll
that.
save another question for the second half
Yeah,
because
sure.
I bet I'm jumping ahead.
Okay.
Using my hands.
All right. So
too much.
lastly, we'll sum up Nate, and that's it.
Yeah.
He's canceling on Bloomberg because I'm Nate or I can't.
Oh, we're gonna talk about Nate.
Yeah,
I was like, I thought we were done.
I know.
We're done.
We pretty much summed up the rest of him. So his grandfather invites him to go to Camp Allen, which is a retreat, as we said.
It
for
is a
these-
real thing. Mike
Oh,
looked up. Thank you for doing a
I
deep
had
dive.
an assumption that it could
At
be
first,
real,
he said he didn't think so.
which it's really just the biggest mogul millionaire men, I'm assuming, in the world. They come together and they go to this retreat. Trip comes to see Nate at the Spectator. And Nate informs him, oh, I was invited by grandfather to come to the retreat. And Trip's like, oh, yeah, I couldn't go. And that's why he invited you. And also, grandfather was the one to start this fake story about Maureen cheating on me, you know, because it was to help me. But even though he was to help me, I don't think it's right.
How would it help him? Isn't he a congressman, right?
Congressman. Yeah. So I'm like, this is so stupid.
I don't like this.
Yeah. Nate
Work
goes
for
to
Bill Clinton.
confront. What?
They were for Hillary Clinton.
Right.
Yeah, so Nate goes to confront his grandfather, who ends up telling him, I hired Diana to form your new reputation, and I would hope that using the Spectator would allow me to kind of control the press on Tripp and his, I guess, upcoming election to whatever senator, guys. We don't know.
Congressman.
Right, congressman. No, he's a congressman. He's going to want to be a senator. We're assuming.
Yes.
As confirmed. So Nate is so devastated to find out that he didn't actually get this job with his own talents and skills, and he was, you know, he thought he was going to get his own job without his family's money. And so William loves how Nate has progressed in this role. It's just so funny. He's like, I thought you would like a job in journalism. Why not?
Just try it out.
Sprinkle you here.
could be cool.
Sprinkle you there.
Just try it.
Just
You try being a politician. You try.
Yeah.
being-
Yeah.
I'm a puppet master.
Exactly. I mean, really and truly. So William tells Nate, I think you're the future Nathaniel of the family, of the Archibald Nate. You know, Tripp's such a disappointment. So Tripp goes to see his grandfather, and William's like, how dare you undermine me about how the way I'm going to treat my grandson. And he's like, you're going to really choose Nate over me. You're not even going to give me a fair chance. You could help me change my status. Because William's like, nobody cares about you. No one likes you, basically, as a congressman. And so at this point is when Max comes in. He has to talk with Tripp. He explains the situation. I'm tired of being pushed around by these people. And Tripp's like, yeah, me too. And they want to get even. And
He
that's
is
end
one.
story because
He what?
He is one. I'm tired of being pushed
I
around by
know.
these people.
you
He
are
is
this
one.
person. You were born and bred that person. Yeah, but that's into my summary. Did I clarify some things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
for
now
sure.
you have to marinate a little bit. We're gonna come back with some questions.
Yeah.
So maybe those questions will spark some
Yes.
creativity.
Conversation.
All right, we're gonna take a bake. A bake? Yeah, we're gonna bake. We're gonna take a break and be right back. Oh, my baby.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, baby.
Been holding that in.
Do you want a cup of hot water or something?
Yeah, hot tea with honey.
I was gonna grab a suckle.
Oh, a suckle. A suckle's good. Okay, you use the restroom. I'll just chat with the peeps.
Sure. You tell me.
Yeah. So poor Michelle, as you guys know, she's
She has long COVID.
2 weeks post-COVID, non-contagious, obviously, hence why we're here. And the poor thing has getting the night cough. So, what did you guys think of this episode overall? I'm just so curious. I loved it. When me typing my summary, I was like, it's so good. Oh, Jess, you're going to the Tree Hill event?
She is?
Pictures.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
see.
I look like I can see. Jess, who do you have planned?
Yeah, tell us what photo ops you're doing and what events you're gonna go
Oh my
to.
gosh.
Oh, she said just for Saturday. What events are on Saturday?
Is that the concert?
I think it was the concert. Did you get photo ops? Mike tongue tied.
Mike.
Love you.
Very fresh.
Oh, she said I decided to go when Joy was announced and then she canceled.
I know. I saw that.
It's just like so up in the air, unfortunately.
No,
like,
it's really hard to plan anything during COVID,
it really
and
is.
it's just there's my pen.
She says she's meeting Austin and Chantel.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Vic wants to know how you were holding in that cough the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw my face, and a couple times my eyes were like, I was like,
Oh my god, that's the worst when you're holding in the cough.
It's-
It's worse.
at night. The cough comes at night.
Oh, you do that. I don't need that. Just I'm never wearing this sweatshirt again. It pulls so much on your neck.
I know, I hate it.
Is it soft inside?
It's
Oh my
just
God,
in the hood.
it's
a
amazing.
whole
Where'd you
fur
get
one.
it?
Mom
It's
got
from
them for
Loft.
us for Hanukkah last year.
Oh.
And we
good
both
lounge
wanted them really
suit.
badly.
Yeah, of course.
Because it looked amazing.
Yeah.
And I
The
only wear it when
color's
it's like, really
phenomenal.
cold.
I mean, the color
The
is
color's
yeah,
amazing, right?
quintessential for fall.
Yeah.
But like it pulls on your neck.
Yeah, it does. And I honestly find
And
myself
my hair's
miserable.
short, so it sticks on my hair.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All right,
Feel you.
let's do it. I'll stop complaining.
All right. We're ready to go? You want,
I'll hide it.
yeah, you're fine. I mean, like, drama queens, they eat on the podcast all the time.
True. I feel like Joy's always munching.
But it's like, it's such a cute way.
yeah,
Like, she
it's
works
not
in this.
offensive.
Some people can eat very politely.
Yeah, she just does it so well.
Busy's always eating.
I love it. It's like, it's a real,
My
it's
girl,
a real thing.
Busy Phillips.
Could do a mukbang episode.
Oh,
Eat.
A what?
a mukbang.
Oh, come on. Don't you watch?
Shan.
No, YouTube at least.
No, but you watch the mukbang of the girls with the shrimps.
Oh, is that what? Wait.
Women
it's
eat just
called
a
a
ton in
mukbang.
front of the camera.
Yes.
ASMR.
And
No,
also,
it's
like, when they put
slurping.
their
It's a lot of
face in bread.
slurping.
in bread.
They just take bread and just like shove their face in it.
No, that's
I never heard that. That must be what all kids are doing. these days.
Nicole used to send me those videos.
Oh, well, Nicole always keeps up on the
She knows the trends.
She
I don't
does.
know trends.
it's been like a long time.
The bread thing?
No,
the mukbang
Yeah, it's
thing?
been around a long time.
That's when they eat like the weird food, right?
Don't eat like just
no,
anything.
it's a lot of supposed to be traditionally slurping, like supposed to eat like super.
Oh,
No, that's very
I don't
true.
like-
That's like
Me
the
too.
more you slurp, the better.
Yeah, I don't
You
like
say-
ASMR things. We're triggered by lots of noises.
Okay.
Don't do noises.
I'll leave
Oh my
mine.
god! Today at work, our sidebar, our safe, our safe hasn't been working, so we don't know if someone tried to tamper with it or whatever.
That's good.
So the guy had to come today and literally drill into our safe. And when I tell you he was sitting right next to me with the drill, it was like I was at the dentist. And I was like, can you like just take it somewhere else? It was such a loud, annoying, constant sound. Anyway, it really got my blood wet.
You know how you are with sound.
Did it grind your gears?
Yeah, it just made me like stiff. Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
problem.
So do
I
I.
admit it.
Like
Yeah.
your mom does with the tires when you're in the car.
Oh, I
right?
hate that.
Like she doesn't completely stop, so it's still going to. And Alyssa's like, oh no.
Or when she's like, her foot's not all the way on the brake at a light. I'm like, you're not on the brake.
Oh yeah,
And
that
she's like,
drives me crazy.
I'm like, Mom,
Aunt sometimes says that. I'm
like,
like,
put your foot on the brake.
you gotta. We're at a red light.
Sorry.
And also, she has the
Get
Jeep,
fired up.
so it shuts off.
Yes.
And I can't stand
Is
that.
that like the ego thing?
I have it too.
It is so annoying.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
hate it.
You
I'll
can
never
hear
hear
it. You walk past someone's car and you hear.
It's like not even on. Yeah.
Like you hear it stop
And the
and
whole car's
start.
All right, we're gonna go.
Okay,
All
sorry.
right.
Oh. Oh, sorry. Where'd it come from? Oh, fucking A. Sorry, guys. Oh my god. Okay, we're back from break. Hope you enjoyed. We're gonna do questions first because why not? We have Shan here. We're gonna start with Kim. She asks, "What do you guys think about Blair choosing Chuck again so close to her wedding?" Yeah, like this is like too soon.
Is it? It's been a long time coming.
For me, I'm not a chair stand, so it's too soon.
No, I'm not either, but it makes sense. I was like, finally, because every episode so far has been this questioning.
Yes.
I think it actually, yes, this makes sense. Do I agree with it? No, but like, I don't know at this point.
Right.
I don't really like Louis either. So
No, I
You
mean,
don't?
I'm
not
seriously over him.
now. Mm-mm.
In the beginning, it was like he was sweet and he loved Blair way too much, more than he should have. I think at that point in his life.
And
He
why
didn't
would
even
he
know
be
her.
interested still? She's a commoner.
Oh, that's what I say.
She is not even a commoner from his country. She's an American commoner who is clearly in love with somebody else. So why is he Like, why is he
Stop
wasting his
baby.
time?
It's a baby.
Well, now, but
Well,
even
yeah.
before that, like,
Right. I mean, the baby is keeping them both stuck.
Yeah, and I think the lore of he felt for her. He
He
really did. And I think there was a time it's just
He
he
keeps
needs
saying
to go.
he did say to Serena, like, I love her. I don't want to lose her.
Yeah. It's really sad.
It's sad for him, but as a character, he's not interesting anymore.
No.
So we're over it.
Yeah, he can go.
Bye bye. Mike, will Rufy tell Lily that Chivy is a fraud?
No. He didn't even remember that.
He isn't.
I think maybe down the line, like over pillow talk, they'll be like, you know what's weird? Like, I'm reflecting, and now that all this stuff is out about Chivy, she actually told me in the hospital, but when the night of Blair and Chuck, it's all coming back to me. I think that's when he'll
Yeah.
He's not
I
not
agree.
even like he didn't even clock. No.
Yeah, and he wants to know if you were in Rufus's position, would you tell your significant other?
If I remember.
If I remembered that was a significant thing that she said, yes.
because
But I
she's
don't think he clocked it.
yeah, because she's so upset and she's just blaming herself, and that's how it came off.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Like, I'm a fraud. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't deserve it to be in this life.
Yes. Agreed. Yeah, he didn't pick up
Didn't
on
even
it.
register.
No. Where do you think Max got his money from? And what was so now that Max is on the island, may I ask, what was his role in all of this? What did he actually do? I'm curious.
he was unsuccessful.
Well, I
he was
guess
successful in a way.
I guess he caused the crash.
Which is like, Max, really?
You're
really gonna do
we
that?
needed him to do that. Did he get the money from Trip or did he get the money from grandfather?
Ooh.
I think this came because
You think grandfather wanted to kill his star son? His grandson?
Isn't Trips his grandson too? We act like
He doesn't like him though. He clearly doesn't. Or
no, he wanted
is this
to
all a
cause
facade?
right,
And he does actually love Trip, and he wants Nate to go.
right, because he's very much into planting false stories.
Yes.
And maybe he actually didn't want to kill anyone. We just wanted to cause a car crash. So the way they messed with the car, it wasn't meant to cause
Right.
death.
Which
but then because the paparazzi were there, you
right,
think
right,
Yes.
yes.
become fatal.
yes,
Maybe it was just to stop the car
right,
from actually getting to Camp Allen,
right.
and that was it.
That was it.
Very nice thought.
Yes.
Thank you.
I actually don't think this was supposed to turn. The paparazzi caused the crash, in my opinion. Even though you said you know what happens next week.
Yes,
But
and no.
I don't-
It's still.
Yeah, I don't think they were trying to off anyone. I think we're just trying to stop. So actually, maybe it was Trip trying to stop the plane from Nate getting to that weekend.
Right, but it's like that's a
It was so
pathetic plan.
stupid.
Right.
This Archibald shit is so lame. And
Always
stop calling
is.
him grandfather.
I
Just
know.
say grandpa,
Grandpa,
pops, poppy,
Poppy, yeah, whatever. It's just
grandfather.
grandfather.
You know what? I shouldn't judge. I don't have grandparents, and I never had them. I mean, I did technically, right?
At a point, you did, yeah.
But they were all gone before we came. So, did you call your grandfather?
Grandpa,
Both.
Grandpa Al, Grandpa Izzy. That was it. Yeah,
Yes.
Grandpa
What about the chat?
and
Is-
grandmas.
I don't know.
Grandma,
I think it's the way Nate says grandfather. It's so
it's so
proper.
pretentious. Yeah, I don't like it.
Grandfather.
It's like calling your mom mother.
Right.
Mother. Yeah.
And
I only call her that if I'm annoyed. Mother.
Oh yeah.
I never say mother.
You never say mother ever?
No.
Not even as a joke?
No.
Yeah. I mean, it's very, very
Oh,
minimal.
maybe I have as a joke. Okay, mother.
Right.
Yeah.
Ew. No.
Grandma and grandpa.
Yeah.
Grandpa.
I mean, because it's like the slang. You know, it's.
Yeah.
Mike calls his mom Moother. Is that how you say that?
Oh, he's Canadian. Mother.
Is it really?
Oh, I don't know. Is that
Well,
a thing?
do they? That's a no. They don't. say
Grandpa and granddaddy. That's cute.
Granddad.
Granddaddy. Oh, granddad reminds me
I
of
think
like
our
Charlie
kids are
Chocolate
gonna
Factory.
call
I mean,
dad
Willy Wonka.
Pops. I think Pops is cute.
Pops is
I
cute.
think our kids are gonna call my dad Poppy.
Poppy? Papa?
Poppy and Gigi. Because my mom
Gigi is
is
a
Gigi.
thing.
Mom wants to be
Gigi's
Gigi.
a
And
thing.
Gigi's a
Because you know
thing.
Gigi means gorgeous
Gigi
grandma.
means gorgeous.
Right. Of course, I did know that.
Which is like, of course my mother.
Of course, my
Sorry
mom
for
will
the
be.
side.
Just like this, right? No better. Our parents. question for Shan. Do you remember how you felt after seeing this episode for the first time? What did you think was going to happen? And also, I'm just gonna add it in there. I'm pretty sure other people have asked you, but how do you actually feel about the Chivy stuff? How do you feel about Louis and Blair? Because it's been like a while
Okay,
since
one thing
we've
at a time.
asked you. So, just overall, how you felt about this episode?
So
the first
overall,
time?
at the episode, the first time I was in it, I was like, yes, let's do this. You know,
because Chuck and Blair.
I was like, all right, finally, no bullshit, let's do this. You know, and then of course the car crash thing. But I was like, we did the car crash thing already. Like, why are we doing it again? Or we did the like
we
Chuck
did it
on-
with Serena.
Chuck dying, is he dead again? You know.
Oh yeah, right.
We did this
We're not
already.
gonna do that.
So is she filming me? So I don't know how I felt about it. Then now I'm looking back and I'm like, yeah. Either their acting is so cringy in the car, the way they're facing each other
Yes.
too,
Yes.
and like the green
music,
screen of the
yeah.
car, it's terrible. Who else you want me to talk about? Chivy?
Chivy, that stuff.
Chivy, yeah, I'm indifferent. I think she's such a phenomenally beautiful actress.
my
Like I
God.
can't even look at her without
She's
thinking
so
like you're
stunning.
so gorgeous.
Yeah, that's how I feel
just
too.
her complexion, her hair, her
Little
outfits.
cute
To
face.
be that
her
blessed.
raspy voice.
She's so blessed.
To be that blessed.
Yeah, she's
Right?
gorgeous.
Wow.
She's just stunning. And I think I just watched her in something else.
Oh really?
I think she was in one episode of How You Met Your Mother. She
Oh.
was.
You might be right.
I think she was in one episode. But anyways, looking back, I was not as engaged in the storyline as I should or could have been. But I really like it now. I get it. As an adult, I'm like, yeah, I would want to fit in and be accepted and have all this money and like
Right? Sounds
have a
good.
place that like loves me. Yeah, I would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Like you're in too deep at this point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like there's no way.
Like how do you give that up now?
What about the Carol stuff? I mean, I know we still have more Carol stuff, obviously, because how can we not?
Yeah, there's plenty of Carol stuff to go around. But I don't know. I feel like they just did her dirty also. Like when they did the flashback of the idea of it being a spin-off show, like you feel for Carol there too. She just wants to be her own person. And then like drag her years later that she hates her family, she hires an actress.
And like how did Lily get back to being just like Cece?
Yeah.
Well, not as
Right.
bad as Cece, I hope. But
Yeah. I know. I really love that flashback episode, and I
I
feel
know,
like
it's the best.
painted
Right?
Carol as kind of the one who just did her own
Yeah,
thing,
she's
and
just-
she was kind of a
She re-
pioneer.
She rebelled against her
And
family's
Lily
money.
was really inspired by her.
Yeah.
Right.
Why
At a
couldn't
young
we
age.
kept with that?
Yeah, that would have been cool. But
I'm just
no, now
curious
she's
at how she got back to where she is.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, you'll find
We'll
out.
never know.
Wait, do we ever?
Do we ever find out?
No. What about Charlie's dad? Did we ever touch that? Did we touch that?
Oh, Charlie's dad. We haven't touched it.
Yeah.
Did we not?
My
the
memory-
the real Charlie's dad or Chivy's
No,
dad?
Charlie, not Chivy. Charlie.
I'm not touching that. I don't remember. I don't want to say anything.
I know. Last time Shannon said something, I held on to it like
For your
every.
life.
I don't even remember what I said. I just
You said
blurred
something-
some
you
shit
literally
out.
said something about how Chivy,
William,
Chivy
William
got
It probably
with the
just
drugs.
rules
and
from
I said-
William.
and I was like, I am holding on to this.
It didn't make
If
any
you say anything to me as a newbie, I am going to hold on to it. Any of our guests, so I it was very
Right, when we
funny.
started a car crash, I said, so Blair's on the island and Chuck's on the island.
Yeah.
And I was like, Michelle, what if I told you right now that Chuck is on the island? And Michelle would say, then I would say, you're a good show gossip girl.
No, I said,
This is
if
excellent
Chuck is
show.
actually dead, then I will gossip girl. You are a good show.
Right.
That is my hot take. And you both were very
I thought
amused
I
at it.
thought that was a great comment because, like, honestly, yeah, it would be some ballsy shit. Let's do it.
And like I said, Schwartz and Savage did it
They've done it
before.
before.
So
Right.
I appreciate
Oh my
shows that do
God.
that.
it would kind of be in the same way.
And it would be. Mm-mm.
I'm not trying to say too much in case, but
Right, I know.
Yeah.
Jess says Diana asks Jack if he'll meet us there.
Oh
Who
my
else is she
gosh.
talking about besides herself?
okay.
Like,
Do you know who she's talking about?
I think I do.
Have we met this person?
And
No, I don't know if you can answer that.
Have we've met this person?
Okay.
The person that I think it is, guess we have.
Oh,
met.
I guess I don't know who you're thinking.
Right. The person
That's fair.
the person that I think it is,
The-
we have met.
The
them.
person who you think it is isn't confirmed.
I haven't confirmed it yet. No.
Can you share with me?
Oh no, I can't tell you who it is.
Why? If it's not confirmed.
I'm sorry.
But you're making
But if she's right, she knows more than you.
Yes, I don't want
It's
to tell you
perfect.
because I know.
So you made your prediction off of something else.
Yes.
I'm
sorry.
Okay.
The one thing
What do the
thing I
people
know
think?
about
What
one thing I know about Diana is this thing, and I don't want to tell you the thing.
All right. So newbies in the chat, like I want to have a conversation about
Right,
this. So
I know.
who do they think it is?
Hold on. I was making sure there weren't any questions. I
Oh,
missed.
okay.
Yeah, newbies in the chat, let us know who you think is in the
You know,
part.
it's hard because you're like, is it grandfather? Is it, people we've seen her interact with?
Right.
Us.
It could be anyone because she literally knows everyone.
Yeah, but
But why would it be important to come,
right.
for this person?
So then, as I started thinking, is it Elizabeth, Evelyn?
Mm.
And somehow they're related in this.
Right.
Who else has Jack been in contact with?
Oh, Vic said Bart? Question mark.
I know. I was like, is Bart
Oh my
actually
God, is it
not dead? Is Bart actually not dead? But didn't we bury him? That means nothing.
Well, I mean,
Depends on
we
the
buried him,
show
but
you're
again,
watching.
yeah,
It's
that
true.
is-
It's so true
This
because
was like-
Some shows have different rules.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
absolutely
true.
But
It's
normally, normally you bury them.
Imagine that.
didn't we did have a funeral though? Didn't
Oh,
we
yeah.
bury him?
Yes.
He was
You
dead.
remember?
Well, yeah, but
They showed the sheet. Where his face
Oh my
was in the
god!
flashback.
Yeah, they did do that. They did cover him with the sheet. Oh god, I don't want to go back to that.
Sorry,
That was
sorry,
the shit.
sorry.
wait,
It's such
can
an
you
emotional
confirm
episode.
that it's not Bart, or is that giving too much?
Oh,
Or that ruins the
Michelle.
fun?
That ruins all the
Yeah,
fun.
Okay, that was the fun.
I don't want to say anything else.
Okay.
Okay, that's I like that prediction.
Yeah.
How do you think this accident will affect Blair, Chuck, Lee?
So my first thought was Blair lost the baby.
Right, they never say if the
They did.
baby is okay.
So Blair loses the baby. Chuck's going to be in a coma for like 6 months, which leads to Blair marrying Louis because she realizes, you know what, Louis, you've come to be with me. I need to be with you. Or she doesn't lose the baby and she's like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? This is awful. And
Almost like an omen.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Chuck,
Great prediction.
that's where I'm going
Yeah.
with that.
Right. Will, when will Max leave already? Is he on the island? Yes, Will. Guys, you confirmed that Max was on the island, and it really did shock me. It shook me. I don't get that. I guess he really had nothing. I guess maybe we're gonna reference him as far as we're just
Yeah.
reference him in this.
I don't think
Right.
so.
No.
I honestly don't remember,
What
which is not a good
What
sign.
is the purpose of him to have received these funds and to help out Trip? Like, how did that happen? I'm just curious. I honestly
And
don't
does
know.
that mean that Trip's somehow going to get his story out?
Right.
I don't understand.
Right. Did he make a deal and now he promised, like, I will tell everyone who Chivy is? What is that?
Because everyone's gonna
Is
believe
that
Trip.
really, like, yeah, who cares about that?
He's the person.
So then it's like, did Trip go to grandfather and was like, hey, I have this story. Pick me over Needy Boy. Don't worry about Nate coming to the retreat. I got it handled. He's
Right.
not going to make the plane.
Yeah, I truly don't know because what I've watched so far, we still even haven't,
Great. That's what I
naturally,
actually
How
thought.
far along are you?
How far along am I in my watch? I have watched next week's episode and the beginning of 13.
Oh my
which is
God,
the mid-season
wait.
finale. Wait, we're on 10. I'm sorry. I watched next week's episode and
Oh, we
12.
Is,
And I did
is
not watch
12
13.
Bizarro World?
No, next week is.
Ugh. I've been thinking, we've been talking about this. Oh my gosh. Is it like, oh no.
What
Oh,
is she
no.
saying? Nothing without
No,
saying
I'm
anything.
I'm making it, it's not actually like a dream or anything.
Okay,
like
so
that.
it's
Yeah.
not like Blair and Chuck's souls like floating
Oh,
around
no,
and you're like,
it's
we
not-
gotta wake
it's a
up.
musical
It's
episode.
not till Kingdom Come. It's not till
Okay.
Kingdom Come.
Okay.
Inside joke.
Can't do it.
No, it's
Can't.
not like that. But I almost felt like the vibe was dreamy, and I was like, wait, "What am I? Did I?" That's how I felt like I missed an episode.
Do you know what we're talking
It
about?
almost
Yes.
felt like yes, we were like it was like Chuck's like subconscious and he's
Right.
gonna wake up kind of thing. I was like, what am I watching?
But it's not.
But it's not.
And
Yeah.
it's real.
Just to
And it's real.
clarify, because Vic's confused also, just because Alyssa's saying that next week's episode puts the pieces together in a weird way. Right? That's what you're trying
Of the
to say?
car accident stuff.
Yeah, like the episode itself is structured very.
No, the whole episode. Well, my 3 gossip words, I think, will kind
Okay,
of
sure,
be
get
able
to
to
that one.
predict a little bit. But no, we don't really get an explanation of the car accident just yet. Naturally, it is Gossip Girl. What will happen to Cher? Will wants to know.
I think they'll end up together in the end.
You always
Vic
will.
said she
that's
feels
right.
like they won't be together again.
Who-
Dot, dot, dot.
Who says?
Vic
Vic
says
said
they
that
won't be together again.
Before we were talking about them. Yeah. She doesn't feel like they'll be together again.
Yeah, I
they
think
will.
Vic's the only newbie in the chat tonight. Yeah. All right. Well, Michelle thinks they're endgame, and Vic doesn't think they're gonna end up together. And if it was me, team pair.
Well,
Not
yeah.
right now, though.
No, now
She
would
has
be
no
the worst.
interest in
Now
him.
would be the worst time. That would be the worst.
Yeah,
time.
maybe like last season.
Yeah, last season it
like,
could have happened last season.
Yeah.
it was cute last season.
Anyway, I'll just let that ship sail. I'll just go. Tish, do you think they made Gossip Girl more of character? Do you think they made Do you think they made Gossip Girl more of a character this season because they assumed that this would be their last season?
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
We're
think
talking more
when we
about
talked to Jess, she said she believed that, and I had read too, like the actor signed up for 6 seasons. So I guess they knew this wasn't the end, but maybe they're trying to somehow wrap up
Or also just
The end.
making it more apparent to lead to who the final
the
reveal.
final. Right.
I mean, what if they decided, you know what? Or maybe we already talked about this. We're gonna reveal who Gossip Girl is at the end of 5, and 6 we're just gonna write it out.
Do you know that's not the case?
No, I know that's not the case. I know it's revealed in the end of 6.
Okay.
The finale, right?
I don't think they knew if they were getting renewed at this point because I don't think that I think that it was going
Right. I don't. Maybe their ratings were getting worse and worse, and maybe
Well,
they
then
didn't.
if that's the case, then how did they sign on for 6?
Right. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Let's find that out.
Well, you can get canceled.
You could get
Oh,
canceled.
you absolutely could. You
Yeah.
absolutely
True.
could.
True.
Do any of you find it weird that Rufus was so invested in Dan and Serena's relationship? I mean, they are siblings after all.
Yeah, we're super annoyed with Rufus. in
We
this
don't
episode.
like it. No.
I usually really do commend Rufus, but he didn't need to butt in. But I guess who else was going to?
Yeah, no.
They needed him to do
They
something.
needed him to do something.
Right. I just it seems so tired. Why do we have to have I'm hearing a Brooke Rick, like, why do we have to have Rufus spark the interest and let's have Gossip Girl spark Serena into reconnecting with her feelings of Dan? Come on. I'm just so sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm so
It's
sick
old.
of it.
Mm-mm.
Shanna, we've got
Yes.
some real pair content this episode. I know you're a huge Chair stan, but how do you feel about Pair?
I really enjoyed Pear last season. Watching it the first time, I was like, "Fuck this!"
Yeah, of course.
Like where did this come from? And then rewatching, I was like, it makes a lot of sense. They're such good friends. They had a lot in common, but now I'm like, it's like creepy, like Joe Stalkerish. Like she doesn't like you. Like let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, not into it.
I wish we just had like one scene of hello, you.
Yeah,
know.
look at you when you're,
It would be so good.
As you move towards that window.
Yeah.
The light.
Vic says, Shanna, do you still love Chuck as much as you did before? Well, Shanna thinks Chuck is cringy now, so we've made it, guys.
No. It's you know what it is. The more I participate in life every day, the more Ed Westwick gets cringy, and the more I'm like, do I unfollow him on Instagram? Like, you know. Like, we know you did this one thing. Like, we get it, all right.
We know you did gossip.
We know you're Chuck Bass.
We know
all
you're
right?
Chuck Bass. All right.
So I think all of it's blurring. If I never did this, like rewatched,
Oh, yeah, if we
never talked about it again, I would be like, that was such a great time in my life, rooting for them. They had such a great arc. now watching it, I'm like, this is just a mess.
Oh man, we
You know what
corrupted
though?
that
I
dream.
still feel it though when I watch them in like good scenes. I'm like, yes. Or like when Chuck, that episode when he apologizes for everything.
Oh, I love
I'm
that.
like, yes, like this reminds me of like how I felt watching it. I died the first time I saw that when he just apologized.
Well,
for
yeah, and
Yeah.
because he never actually did apologize for anything. So
Yeah.
like this is, yeah, I'm owning up. I was shitty, and this was shitty, and I should have told you I loved you sooner. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, or
it
when
was
tonight
good.
when he says, "I will love you as much as I love you." I love your
Right,
baby as
like
much
all
as I
the
love
things
you.
you
I butchered the
shouldn't.
line.
Unfortunately, he waited to say and do those things, and it was almost going to be too late.
Yeah.
Yeah. She also wants to know how you feel about Louie, which you kind of talked about, but
Louis now.
yeah, I guess Louis now as opposed
like
to
freezing
beginning.
right now.
Yeah, like Louis in this episode.
I'm just not a fan. You know, I just don't see. I used to see a lot of chemistry and passion there, and I just don't see it anymore. Especially like when he was like getting into like, you know, the gossip,
Yeah.
and the world. Like, I'm done with this.
You know what though? I think it in the beginning because we felt the passion, it was there, and I think they've done a good job phasing him out and losing the
Yeah.
passion, and
Yeah,
you can read it on
Sure,
screen.
Yeah, I think
Very
that's
fair.
true.
We can give them that.
We can.
Yeah, I
It's-
don't see any passion whatsoever anymore.
But
Yeah,
as it should be,
Right.
they're not writing it that way, so I think they're doing a good job portraying that.
Yeah.
that's very fair.
Michelle, so is Diana Chuck's mom or a relative?
Yes.
Yes
somehow.
to both.
Somehow.
Is she donating blood?
Oh, what? Who wrote that?
Nick.
Nick.
You know,
Great.
praise the little girl.
Great question.
That's a great question. I mean,
Nick
why
is
else?
paying
would he, she goes,
attention.
I mean, why
alright?
else would he call her?
She's trying to get all the details.
Well, she's trying to put the pieces together
Yeah,
too in her
she's
brain.
trying to get. Yeah.
So, okay,
Right, like,
so
why
she
would they
must
need Diana
but-
and this other person?
us.
Right.
Us.
But he called Diana. You know, it's not like he called whoever person that could be. But like he called Diana.
Up
like, I
until
need you.
this point, we didn't know her and Jack were connected, right?
I don't think we
No.
ever knew they talked.
So, gotta be a family member. And she's donating. Oh, I love that. That is so good.
So good.
Why else would I call? You know,
It was an emergent. Like I would not call. I would not risk calling you.
Wow.
What does that mean?
I didn't really pick up that he said us.
Oh,
I didn't
No,
really.
she
remember
She
said
that.
said us.
Sorry,
You'll
she
meet-
said
you'll
us.
meet us there. She
Yeah.
does say that.
us. I mean, I can't. let
I
it
didn't
go.
pick up on that either. And then when I watched
No.
it again for the second time, I was
Us.
like,
Who is us?
who is us? Oh my god, I can't wait till we
Are
get
you
there.
excited to
Jesus.
see Jack?
I'm sure. Ugh.
Jack is like
Why do
he's
I think off
he's
with
a
Jack?
sleaze. Last time we met
With Raina, right?
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God,
forgot about that.
Oh,
Oh, sweet Raina, forgot about
but
you.
he
Oh,
was
Raina.
comedic relief in that situation, which we needed because that situation was awful and terrible, and they did Raina
Was
and
he
her
the
father
comedic
Russell.
relief?
Yeah,
Well,
can you
oh,
elaborate on that?
yeah.
It was
The whole
almost-
plan.
Yeah, they had.
Oh, he
He was like,
pretended like he was
Can we
gonna.
get some food? Can we gonna arrest this guy already? Like, it was funny. It was funny
Alright,
stuff.
alright,
Yeah.
It's skeezy though.
But we left off on a good-ish
It's
note.
good as
Yeah,
show.
they
Like,
were
he
on
hugged
the
his
same side.
nephew, which is
Right,
okay,
right.
we'll take that.
Okay.
I think at the end of the day, I think Jack will eventually end up being that guy that's a shithead, but he's still Chuck's uncle, and we like it for that.
See,
I
if
guess.
someone else called Diana, and then we can assume she's with Jack.
Oh, definitely. Well, because Jack is blood, you know? He could
right?
donate blood too.
Yeah, but probably not because he's calling her. Probably has blood type.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's good stuff. Oh, I love
Very
this
good,
stuff.
right?
Who called Jack? Lily?
Oh, maybe.
Lily must have called because it's the only like living family member.
Right. Like, that's it.
Even though Lily and Jack, you know.
Well, they really don't have a good.
Oh, yeah. Well, she fucking hates him. I don't blame
Well,
her.
he was disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angelina's here.
Angelina,
Hey.
angel girl. Vic wants to know, do you guys think the baby is okay?
Well, my first thought was no. I already said how I felt about it.
Right.
You know, she loses the baby, which leads
What do you think the baby is okay or the baby is not okay?
What do you
Like,
want?
Well,
Oh,
what do you
I'm not
want?
wishing on. I've gotten
Well,
called out
oh,
for wishing dead babies. So.
Same, yeah.
Oh my god!
Well, we didn't
I'm
actually
Tree
wish
Hill
the,
Talk.
we didn't actually wish the dead baby.
They came out and they were like, "I can't believe you wished for dead babies." I'm like, "We never. I
never
do
say-
not wish for
No,
dead
never
babies.
say.
Oh
I
my
just thought
God.
I didn't
It was a
think
prediction.
The story
It
could
was
go
only a
there
prediction.
in a good
Yes.
way, is what you're
Yes.
saying. Oh my god.
Yeah, people really read
they
into
they
those
came
things.
out. They came out
They
for
came
me.
out.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up a story.
Yeah, so we would never obviously wish that.
No,
but
of course not.
what is your heart of heart telling you? Like, what do you actually think? Is the baby okay? Is the baby not okay?
For some reason, I feel like this baby isn't actually going to happen,
Okay.
and that's not me wishing
Of
for
course
this
not.
baby
Sure.
not to happen.
We know.
Because,
It's
but I
just
could,
a
but
feeling prediction.
I see it two ways, and I'm very strong on my two ways. She loses the baby, which leads her closer to Chuck, and Chuck will actually be okay from the blood transfer, which is great. I love that. Or the baby is fine, which leads her closer to Lily, while Chuck stays in a coma, and she
Great.
gets married, and then he wakes up, and then she's like, "Oh my god, I didn't think you were gonna live."
Right.
Chuck's also like a cat.
Yeah.
You know, when I was watching this, I was like, God,
9 lives.
9 lives, this guy.
And then it just is like, oh my god, I didn't think you were actually going to wake up. So maybe like a lot of the episodes coming, he's in a coma.
Mm.
And then you get the call. Maybe she gets the she gets the call midway into that marriage. She gets it.
Oh.
Chuck woke up. It's gonna be like, you know who I'm gonna reference? Twilight.
I knew you were gonna say it.
When Bella opens her eyes.
Opens her eyes.
Oh my god.
And that's gonna be Chuck.
Do you understand how many times we've referenced Twilight on this podcast?
Yes.
Sure.
But-
And it's back. It's back and it's booming. It's
Oh,
on
it
all
is.
it's no,
Booming.
it's all on Netflix now.
Oh, I know. But we always say like Chuck is a vampire and
He's a
he's gonna
vampire.
change her, and
Yeah.
I think he's gonna wake up, and that's how we're gonna end.
Yeah.
You're
And
talking
episode-
about Bella and Breaking Dawn.
Yes.
That iconic
Oh,
thing.
iconic,
Breaking
iconic.
Down Part 1, and then we started
Yes, of
next
course.
one.
Right, right. But Twilight franchise,
Yeah.
no, it's Breaking Dawn.
We got it. We got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Predictions.
her last question: were you surprised Chivy confessed?
No, I'm not, because she didn't confess in a.
No.
She confessed in her own way. I wonder if she's like, "Wow, I feel good. I got this out. Someone knows." But
Right,
actually,
but also
it's
she's like, well, I'm also like, if someone knows, but they don't actually know, so it's okay.
and no one really cared.
I think it's really redeeming for her though.
It
like the
is.
what like she did something and she's immediately like, holy shit,
Yeah.
I just fucked
Yes.
this
She
up.
feels bad.
Like, oh my god, look what when I
Right.
like some consequences. For
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Which I'm like, okay, then I relate to her even more. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I like her.
I like her.
that
I know.
Trivia for 1.28 million views, and the episode is referenced from Riding in Cars with Boys, 2001. We had some music by Florence and the Machine, which that song playing during the car crash scene was so good. I mean,
Mhm.
my anxiety was
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
heavy. The Joy Formidable, Patrick Joseph, Joanna James, Ladytron, and Lover Lover. Fashion, I must have said it 1 trillion times. Ivy Chivy's dress look, Badger
Yeah.
Mishka, like literally the best
It
thing.
was beautiful.
Vision.
Yeah.
A vision.
I really liked Serena's faux leather shorts.
Those were so
Yeah.
cute. I like that top. It was
Yeah.
the sheer with the sequins and the tights. Really cute. I love the French press. I was like, yes, French press coffee.
Oh,
Oh yes. Chivy's brown moto jacket.
And her low bun.
And the scarf.
Yeah.
It was cute.
I didn't like Blair's dress. I remember watching it the first time, not enjoying it, and then not enjoying it again.
The boxy floral.
Yeah, like
dress.
I'm pregnant. I'm a TV character that's pregnant with something that's.
They've done that. Yeah, since we found out she's pregnant, everything's
done
been
it, yeah.
very.
I don't like
boxy.
it with the black tights.
Yeah.
I think that's what was
I don't know.
throwing me.
Her hair in that low bun. It's just not. I'm not feeling it. I didn't feel it then. I'm not feeling it now.
I like Lily's bow. Her hair was in a
Yeah,
little
it's
cool. I
bow.
wonder how they did that. That's really cool.
And I actually like Serena's outfit at the party with her.
Shannon and I did not like the
Earrings.
dress, but Michelle's like,
You know,
"Yeah,
she
I liked
pulls it off. She pulls
She
it off.
pulls it off.
Yeah, she always
She
does.
always does.
So I liked it.
Oh, and I loved that sweater blazer. So cute.
Oh
that Chivy
yes.
was wearing.
Oh,
The-
yes.
The sparkle
you're very
thread.
obsessed
Oh my
with
god.
it.
I was like, I love
My
that.
mission is now to find it I will look
Please.
for you
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
It
I
has a little
loved it.
sparkle in
And
it.
And metallic thread running through.
So cool. So cool.
I will pull it up for you at work tomorrow.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
What about some quotes? I have no wonder why Serena was so into him. About Max.
I have pregnancy makes fingers swell like kielbasa.
Me too. I'm almost aroused. That was Chuck.
Sometimes it's fun. Don't judge.
Yeah, that was
I
great.
love that part. This is New York. We can live on takeout for months.
Isn't that true?
That is the truth.
I'm not crying. You smell like onions.
Not bad to be Charlie Rhodes.
I'm okay, adjacent.
I'm okay, Jason. Yeah.
And then I had the Prince and the Pill Popper.
Love that. Yep.
Yeah.
Ready for an MVP and shittiest?
I'm so not.
You're so not.
You have yours?
I do.
Everyone start typing your MVP in the chat.
Give me some inspo.
All right.
Oh, Vic wanted to add for quotes because I love your baby the way I love you.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good
That was really good.
That was
The right answer.
good. Yes. You have it, Sean?
I'm not happy with it, but
I'm happy with
okay.
it. Ready?
I guess.
Ready?
3,
3, 2, 1.
Lily.
Dorota.
Who'd you pick?
Me.
You didn't say anything.
Wait,
Oh, you picked Nate.
I don't know. That is right.
Well, tell everyone
What did you
first
say,
name.
Dorota?
Uh-huh.
What did you say?
Lily.
You know, I was thinking about Lily, but only for that one scene.
Oh, yeah, that's why I chose whichever one scene. You can choose whichever one scene.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. All right.
Why Nate?
I don't know. He found them at the car crash. He was there. He was supportive the whole time
He
for
told,
them.
he told Max to fuck off.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
Charlie's
You know, he
back.
was good this episode.
Yeah.
Sure.
Lily, I chose for obvious reasons. I mean, it was a really sweet talk with her son Charles.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give it to Dorota because she's so sweet to Blair and she's also giving her the hard truth. Like, you know what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
I
We
love
actually
Dorota.
had the most votes for Dan this episode.
I can
For
Dan
see
and
it.
Lily.
finally
see it.
helping Chuck and Blair. Dan, Lily in the chat?
2 Lilies, 2 Dans.
All right. Shittiest?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to change my answer. You have your shittiest?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
3,
2, 1. Grandfather.
Rufus.
Ooh, Rufus is good.
I originally had Max, but no, not Max.
No.
With this rewatch, Rufus. You?
I was going to say Dan. I'm
Hey.
so shocked that you said Rufus.
That's a good
What
one.
did you say, Max?
Grandfather.
Or grandfather?
He's a shit.
Grandfather. You know what? Grandfather is
He's
it.
a shit.
He's a shit. Is
I
right.
don't like what he's doing and he's not
Trip.
transparent.
Trip too.
Yeah, Trip can
Trip.
suck it.
Max and
We had
Trip.
the most votes for Max, but
Rufus.
Yeah,
yeah.
Max, I get you. Grandfather's just a dick.
You know what? I'm gonna go with grandfather.
I think he's the ultimate shitty. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Rufus, I just didn't like the way.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
All right, it's time for our Betty of the week. We've hit the mic so
Do
many
you know what
times
this
tonight. Oh,
holster
yeah, you have.
is the old one?
Yeah.
And when you talk with your hands, you hit it constantly.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, this week I have chosen Tish. If you listen to Talking Texas Forever, as always, you already know I picked Tish. Tish was our lovely patron that was on last week's episode. As you guys know, we had the technical difficulties, but she was still a trooper, and we had such a great conversation with her. It's always such a pleasure to speak with her, and as we've said multiple times, she's been with us for many years, and we're so thankful and appreciative for her and for all of our patrons. And we have new patrons, guys.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we get them, but like this month we got like a load.
I know, and the month just began.
Yeah.
So we got 3 new patrons.
Hello.
So hello to Megan, Keeley, and Sasha. Welcome
I
to
love
the
the name
total.
Sasha.
I
Right,
love the
Jen?
name
And I love
Sasha.
the name Keeley.
It's so cute.
And Megan too.
And
I
Megan,
mean,
yeah,
really,
Megan, absolutely.
We love all of you, but thank you so much. Welcome to the network. Get in touch. Let us know how you found us.
Yeah.
Hope you joined some of our events. And I also want to wish a very happy birthday to Chloe.
Little
Happy birthday.
Chloe.
Hope you have a wonderful birthday.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay. The title for next week.
Oh, here we go.
For Free Gossip Words.
Yes. This is 11, right?
Episode 11, titled The End of the Affair. It has a question mark at the end, so that's how I will pose it.
Okay.
And my 3 gossip words are aftermath, detective, hiding. Hopefully next week we are having Noreen from Pop's Diner, it's a Riverdale podcast, on with us. So
Ooh, fun.
make sure you guys send her some questions too.
All right, so we're going to deal with the aftermath from the crash and the aftermath of the accidents and how everybody's doing in the hospital. The detective is there to understand what actually went wrong with the car and hiding. Who's in hiding? Is Trip in hiding? Is grandfather in hiding? Or is Chivy in hiding? I think all 3 are in
Yeah.
hiding.
It's a good prediction.
That's pretty much, I mean, I feel like I did a great job.
I think that was great.
So
I feel like I did.
I feel like I did a stellar performance. So, like you said, you teased it that it is a little weird, and while it is real, it does feel like a dream state.
Yes. So aftermath, it's
Yeah.
for many things, and yes, this is the aftermath of the car accident.
Right.
So we're putting the pieces together, but it's also like posing more questions naturally. It does. So
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely it's right where we. Ooh, it's
Right
not
where we need
it's
to
not,
be?
Yeah, it's not right where we left off though. It's like it's a little bit of time has passed. So
Okay. How
A
much
little bit.
time?
I can't say if it's a week or a
Hours?
month or.
Oh my God! What?
I can't remember. I don't remember if it's a few
Weeks or
weeks.
months? You say?
It could be.
She said, "I don't remember."
I don't remember if it's
period.
weeks or months.
Weeks or
Period.
comma
Oh my
months.
Oh, hours?
Question mark.
She was minutes, hours. No question mark. It's not minutes or hours. Yeah, so that's why I felt like I missed an episode. I was like, what? So much is happening.
Did these take place months apart?
I don't know. I'll look it up. Actually, I can tell you right now.
Wow. Well, now makes me. Oh, so I think Chuck is definitely in a coma.
I thought you were gonna say he's definitely dead.
That's
That's
what
what you thought she was
I
gonna
think
say.
he's definitely. And maybe we see Blair, like with Louis, in a depressed state, but trying her best because she can't believe she survived this car crash and the baby's okay.
This episode is over a month later.
Okay.
Yeah,
Man, I am
that makes
so
sense.
wishy-washy with my predictions. I'm so hot with one thought and hot with the other.
Oh, but like your predictions
Because
are,
I'm like
are pretty
trying to
warm
get
now.
them to roll, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for next week.
I think our emoji should be an onion.
Yes, they should be. Please send us the emoji.
An onion emoji. We were putting it in the Discord chat for Dan selling like onions in this episode. It was really
Shan,
good.
do you know why we asked for emojis?
Yeah, to make sure they're listening.
Yes. Where could they put an emoji, you think?
Oh, they can do a review,
Ding, ding,
an
ding,
Apple
She
podcast
understood
review,
the assignment. Look at me.
She understood the assignment.
or they could leave an Instagram comment only on Total Betty Media.
Total Betty Podcast Network.
She's
She's close.
Sorry, I'm in
She's so
training.
close.
No, you're good. You
She's trained.
but we
Yeah.
had ingrained in there. So
Please send any DMs only there. That's
Yes,
what-
thank you. Only DMs to Total
Only
Betty
DMs.
Podcast Network.
yeah.
but in all seriousness, if you're enjoying the show, rate us 5 stars, subscribe, download, and leave us a review.
Do the things.
Do the things that helps us grow.
Yeah.
And it makes us really happy when we get a new review. That's really
Sure
it.
does.
I mean, and it's a really big way and simple way and free way to help us and help the show.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. What was that?
iPad.
It's just
Lots of
privacy.
things.
It's just like I have a Will's tree. tonight.
Yay!
Shameless Talkin' Texas Forever plug edition. Gossip Girl characters as college football teams.
Oh.
Blair, Alabama, the dominant force that keeps on ticking even when everyone is gunning for them. They have a name for the winners in the world. It's the Crimson Tide, and it's Blair. This is a Steely Dan
Very good.
Deacon Blues reference classic. You also link the video of the Steely Dan if anyone is interested. Chuck, Ohio State, the evil empire whose history is a mix of success, disgrace, illegal infractions, and plain old fun. Dan, Oregon, my favorite team for my favorite character. I thought Blair was your favorite character. Both are known for their ascension into upper crust as well as their connection to a humble history. Serena, Auburn, exciting and frustrating. She tries to compete with Blair the same way Auburn tries to compete with Alabama, and ultimately Alabama wins out, but Auburn is a little more fun. Chivy, Texas A&M. Both tried to remake their image by joining a richer and more prestigious group. Both are having mixed success. Nate, USC. Prestigious, always in a good position, and ultimately disappointing. Rufus, Nebraska. Stuck in the 90s, they both harken back to the days where they were at the top of the scene. Lily, Miami. The 80s and 90s were a crazy time for them, and now in the 2000s, they are stuck in confusing malaise of... that word of failed marriages and white collar criminals. It's gonna be real with y'all. Louis, LSU, both had fallen from grace and are French adjacent. Trip, Florida State, annoying and overestimated. William Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt University. They both suck and their name is Vanderbilt. Next, UConn. Honestly, just sad at this point. Move on to greener pastures, my friend. Dorota, Boise State. Lovable underdogs, nothing but good vibes. Maureen, Wisconsin. Fiery red engines of conservative excellence. Wisconsin runs the ball and Maureen runs the Vanderbilt operation. Miss Carr, Iowa.
Miss Carr.
Thank you, Will.
Thank you, Will.
Thank you so much, Will.
Oh,
Always
so
a
good.
treat.
Yeah.
Literally a treat. And
Yes.
if you want to send an idea for a treat, it's in the description for the episode. All right. We're ready for After Dark.
Here we
I'm
go.
so ready for talking about this one because there are
Good.
lots of Gossip Girl stuff happening.
Yes, there
All
is.
right,
So, strap
We're
in.
strapping in.
Here
We're
we
getting on
go.
our roller coaster.
Click, 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 click.
Oh, she's still going. It's been a while.
She was really
All right.
This is the final announcement.
Oh, yeah.
Vic, I'm pretty sure the only need in here, so leave.
Thank you for coming,
Thank
Vic.
you for coming.
And your great
Love you so
questions.
much. Yeah.
I'll wait. 'Cause I was
Everyone's
about to
saying
say-
bye, Vic.
Oh, poor Vic.
I'll wait till Vic's really out.
Are we good? Is she gone? No?
Nope.
She's saying her goodbyes.
Or Vic, mute it.
Oh, yeah, maybe just mute it.
Still 7 people.
All right. Do we know? She out.
Tish said, I'm staying.
Oh, Tish is staying.
Tish can stay.
Tish can stay. Tish knows who Gossip Girl is.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So
It's
Vic.
enough time.
Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so Nate is Gossip Girl, and he's like, let's use the Spectator.
Right. I still don't understand if Nate is Gossip Girl, why he would take on the Spectator job.
I don't
And
think
pretty
Nate
much essentially
actually-
take himself down.
Maybe he doesn't view it that seriously anymore.
Gossip Girl?
Anymore.
Yeah. Everyone was talking about the
Us?
scene in the
Yeah.
hospital.
Sorry.
No, about when Dan, Nate, and Serena are sitting there, and it's almost like Dan and Nate were like looking at each other, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, I didn't realize that this came out that they wanted.
Yes. So a lovely Sahara.
I mean, I knew at one time
She's
they
a
wanted
big
to
Gossip
make-
Girl buff, and she linked the interview with Joshua Safran, stating it was Nate. It was always Nate, and well, not from the beginning. We know it was Eric, but
Yeah.
it was always Nate, at least in this season, and they were trying to develop that. And when he left the show, it was Nate. So he doesn't know what happened in season 6.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it doesn't make too much sense for him unless he wanted like the credit. Like he'll use his same methods as the Spectator and take down Gossip Girl so he can get the credit for taking it down and for.
Wait,
that is
shut
malicious
up.
shit, man.
Yeah, but like, is he that malicious?
No,
You
he's
know?
not.
He's dummy Nate.
He
Like,
really is. And that's why this whole thing, I feel like it does not track that he could be Gossip Girl because he's not witty. He's
Right. Like right. It like Dan's narration is
Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl. Like the way he says things, like even talking about himself as Lonely Boy.
yeah,
like, you know,
so Dan.
Like, why would Nate? I'm just thinking, I know Eric originally was supposed to be it, and then we go with Nate, but why would Nate in the beginning of the show just follow Serena when he's so caught up with Blair? Right? Because him and Blair were dating.
But
He slept with Serena.
yeah,
Yes.
she left.
Right.
Yeah, and I keep on thinking about you. Remember?
Oh, so is that how it all? No. It's
Right.
just
Like, how would they?
I don't know. I think we're thinking way too much into it. But how did the writers' room not think too much into it?
Right.
Sure.
They made it such a thing to have this big reveal. And maybe they really got in six. They're like, oh, now's our time. Now we can make it a big deal when right now it's actually not a big deal.
Yeah.
Everyone agreed that both Nate and Dan were suspicious in the hospital.
Right.
And as far as the blast goes, I think Chivy wrote that and just she submitted it.
Oh, yeah,
and
she
went
did.
out.
She definitely did. And also, Dan definitely sent out the blast when he was going to get food. That Blair was at his apartment. Why wouldn't he say that? Like, yeah, I won.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Very good, very good.
Very good. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Jess actually says when Paige and Serena are in their old room, he mentions that she should look back at Gossip Girl to see how much she's grown. I feel like this is a good way to prove that Paige is Gossip Girl, even though we're thinking it was Nate. Essentially, it's Paige's fault as Gossip Girl for the paparazzi following the town car and causing the crash.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tish says, yeah, Dan definitely sent out the blast about being at his apartment and being at Chivy's party.
Right.
Right. Well, I think Chivy did actually send out the blast.
Yeah, no,
At her
she
own party.
did. I think she definitely did.
But
She
yeah.
said it, yeah. I don't know. This were you I mean, I know
Okay,
I've
so-
asked you this, Jen, but
Yeah.
when it all came out, I know
Who Gossip Girl
who
was.
Gossip Girl was, and we know who Gossip Girl is, Paige. Did they do it in a good way? Like,
I mean, we're harping on. We need to know.
Did they do it in a good way?
I don't want to know about the shock value. I just want to be like,
The scene is very cool.
Okay.
The scene.
do we
that I'm
get like a
thinking of.
montage of Blast and him like
I don't want to say too much, but
Okay.
you never saw it, right?
You never watched the finale just out of curiosity?
Not even the scene.
No, I'm excited to watch it, like, without knowing the whole episode.
You
I
know,
know some things that happen in the episode.
you know what's a bummer is obviously you watched the episode before we
I
watched
know.
together.
I wish we could watch it together.
I know. Maybe we should watch at the same time. You could take your note. Like we don't have to be together, but we could text each other.
Yeah.
But then no, we're gonna watch it together anyway.
Right,
so
right.
yeah. It's not like Tree Hill Talk days, you know?
I
We're
know.
experienced. Or even OC stuff in the beginning before I planned notes and stuff.
Right.
Anyway, scratch all of that.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we can figure it out by then where maybe I could just spit some bullshit and we can just summarize like the episode as we've watched it. I don't know.
Yeah. No.
But so now that you know that Louis and Blair are married for 5 months.
Maybe we pick up 5 months later.
I was
my
gonna
friends
ask-
and I are just having a
gonna
side
ask my
conversation.
friends and I?
Having a side
Well,
conversation.
because Shannon can obviously talk to them.
Yeah, I
and
just
tell them
don't
to
turn
see
your
it.
head,
Yeah,
Michelle.
tell them to see it. But I was going to ask you something about Chuck and Blair
Ask
and
me?
how.
Or Michelle.
No, ask Michelle about. Well, now that you know,
Right.
like it loses this up. That's what I was going to say. It loses the finesse in this episode. You knowing that Chuck and Blair that she marries Louis. Like
It doesn't, because we still at this point don't know if Chuck lives, but I'm
True.
pretty sure he lives because I think this would have been a bigger deal if he dies.
right.
I think maybe you would have made a bigger deal out of it, or like how if Chuck died, I feel like in pop culture I would have seen something along these lines.
Okay.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know if I would have escaped. I don't know. I don't really see a lot of Gossip Girl things, but I feel like I would have been something where it's like, holy shit,
Right.
Chuck Bass is dead.
Right. And without spoiling things on the other Schwartz and Savage show, they do almost kill that one character and then they kill the character for real.
Yes.
So,
Oh, sure.
you know.
Like you
Could
mean
happen
because they
again.
were like, oh yeah.
But
You
how
know what I'm
many
saying?
times are we gonna try to kill Chuck?
Oh, I know. Again, he's the cat with 9 lives. Like, he's stick at some point.
Like, we already did that with
We
Chuck.
did it. We did it. Exactly.
Because
That's
he was
why
in the hospital last. He was found unconscious, and then our beautiful Eva took care of him.
thanks.
So- And, right. Cool. So unless that was the fake out, and now this is the real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm saying if they do kill him, this is a good show.
Right. I know. It's like, it's almost like they're not ballsy enough, and I think Schwartz in the past has talked about
Right.
killing off said
would
character
you-
and kind of regretting to do
Right.
that.
Why do you want to kill such a big character? People, listen, this is not that type of show where
No,
we
it's
need to,
not.
like, you know. And I said this before. If anything, they would kill Cece. They're gonna kill a secondary. I
Right,
don't want her dead.
Right, if they need a death, it wouldn't be a main character like that.
You know, like at the time, Chuck and Blair were like the couple. Like,
oh,
all the interviews were with
Right.
Leighton and Ed. Like, it was like the thing. I think they unexpectedly became like their couple, but like I don't think they were gonna do anything to like.
Right, like,
I was
why-
like, oh my god! Like at the time, I was like, this is like their like bread and butter. Like this is what the
Right,
whole show.
like,
why
is.
would they?
do that?
Why would they kill him? So that's why I think he's just, you know, it softens it a little bit.
right. Yeah. Agreed. And I think the audience probably said the same thing. They probably weren't at the edge of their seat, like, oh my god, is Chuck gonna die? Because we already did that.
I think it's more of, is Blair actually gonna get married now?
Right.
Is that baby actually gonna happen?
right.
Less of, is Chuck
That's
alive?
Right. That's more of, well, they didn't say anything about the baby.
Right.
So that's a mystery. Where the Chuck thing, it's like, all right, well,
And maybe it'll be like, I mean, I guess we pick up months later. I was according to this, so that like
I
blows.
wouldn't say maybe
Months.
maybe a month, but it's definitely been
Yeah,
at
so I
least a
think she's
week.
going to be home with Louis. It's my prediction.
Angelina might want to give you a little
A nugget?
teaser.
Yeah.
Can I
She wa-
see it?
Yeah, can
I mean-
we say it? Or do you want to leave it?
We can say that. Sure, you can say it. Go ahead.
Angelina said, "Can we tell her 2 people die eventually and leave her with that?"
Sure.
Yes. Yes, we can. Cece,
Oh, okay. And the other person?
maybe grandfather. I really think they're not killing main people. I
Okay.
think they're killing older,
Oh yeah, not
In
all
the-
the older ones.
maybe Jack.
Oh, Jack.
You know, Chuck's like last living relative.
Right.
Maybe Diana.
Aw.
I don't think she sticks around long enough for her to
What's
get that
Diana's last
honor.
name?
Pain.
Oh yes.
Pain in my ass.
Diana Payne.
Diana. The
Yeah,
spectator.
anyone.
The Spectator.
The spectator.
Tight.
Good chats. Good chats. 2 people die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll leave you with that.
They
Yeah.
said you were rocking it tonight, Michelle.
She was rocking with her predictions.
Just in general.
Oh. Yeah. See, Michelle was
you.
You're
so
calling
right.
it that post-COVID brain.
That's the effect of the long COVID.
Yeah. She was like, I thought I was going to sit there in silence.
I
and
really
stare.
did because they're
No, you did really well.
well, thank you. Thank you, friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
And thank you to all of our friends in the chat.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Shanna.
Banami.
Love you,
Thank you.
dear.
Yeah.
They keep getting worried because it says Michelle Rubenstein.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
writing
she's-
these things, and
she
I'm like
doesn't-
writing
she
like
can't see it.
spoiler.
We have a very tiny chat over there, and Shanna has the rest
Yeah,
of the chat.
she's just
so.
logged in.
don't
as,
worry, guys.
As me.
But that is for tonight, where we leave you guys. It was a good episode.
It
I
was fun.
excited for it, and I look forward to discussing next week with all of you. And XOXO. Gossip
Yay.
Yeah, my jaw, from smiling this for like an hour and a half, my jaw hurts.
Woo!
Yeah. Oh, God.
Wow.
Guys, it's like taking the bra off.
It
like
is
taking
like
the bra
taking
off.
the bra
It's
off.
the worst.
And if you wear earrings, never a good
it's
idea.
Yeah.
smushes so.
Oh, I haven't put my earrings back on since the wedding.
I almost forgot to
Gosh.
put mine back in too.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Oh,
fun.
that was perfect.
Mic drop, literally.
Literally mic drop.
Have a good night, everyone.
We'll be in the chat on Tuesday.
That's right. Talking Texas
Talking Texas
forever.
forever.